Welcome to Mulcahy Stadium here in Anchorage, home of the Anchorage Bucs and the Glacier Pilots. Tonight, it's the Mat-Su Miners coming into town to take on the Anchorage Bucs. It's a rematch from last year's Top of the World Championship that went all the way to Game 3. And oh man, how sweet it is. Big rivalry here in the ABL, and for the first time this season, these two go head-to-head here. Caden Besson along with Ben Cameron. Ben, how you feeling so far? Ready for 9 innings of summer baseball?
Oh, I'm feeling good, Caden. Good to be here. This is a good view from the press box. Press box have our own comments about that. It took a bit to set up the camera, get everything working, but here we are. We made it in the end and ready for some Miners baseball. Both teams rocking their own version of camo. Some digital one, kind of, I forgot the name of it, like ghillie suit.
Yeah, I would go with the digital camo for the Bucs. Speaking of the Bucs, those are digital camo unis, black and white that is, and then they've got Bucs across their chest in gold lettering, gold numbers on the back. I got digital camo on the helmets with the black brim. It's white pants with black pinstripes for them. And for your Mat-Su Miners, the visiting team today, they'll be rocking the camo unis with Miners across the chest in script lettering. And the numbers and letters are filled out with the American flag, white pants, and they've got green socks with the 3 yellow stripes on them. And for the caps, they will be green as well to match that camo look. Your Mat-Su Miners come in 0-1 in league play. They lost to the Chukiak Eagle River Chinooks last Saturday for their first league game of the season. Other than that, though, the Miners have played 2 more games, and those were both non-league and both against the Chinooks. So they're looking for their first win in ABL play, and one that actually counts towards the standings. And then the Bucs, on the other hand, they are 1-1. Both of their league games have come against the Chukiak Eagle River Chinooks. They lost the first one 13-7, and then they bounced back and beat the Chinooks 7-4 the last time that they played, which was yesterday. Leading off for your Mat-Su Miners is the shortstop, Austin Park. He'll step in here. He'll get ready to go against Jonah Fragus from Sacramento State, the right-hander starting things off for their Anchorage Bucs.
Ready to go. Let's do this.
Winds and deals, and it's a strike on the inside part of the play. We're underway here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. For your Mat-Su Miners, that lineup looks like Austin Park at short leading off. Jackson Babcock will be hitting second and right field. Matthew Blind, he'll be in center. He's in the hole to lead off this inning as Park looks at a ball. It's 1-1 here to him. And after Blind, 4-hole hitter will be Cooper Grace, the DH. Hitting fifth is Alex Pearson at first base, and then Diesel Toth will follow him up at second. Will Godfrey will hit seventh. He's at third base. And hitting eighth, Will Millard, the catcher tonight, and then rounding out your Miners orders, Tyler Akers in left field. Count now 1-2 to Austin Park as he fouls off the 1-1 pitch. These two meeting for the first time since early August last season, where the Miners walked off the Top of the World Championship for their 9th all-time in the ABL. Park staying alive here with another foul ball. Against Fragus, tough out early here in this one.
Saw Park have a nice game a couple days ago in that non-league exhibition game.
1-2 is also fouled off. That's 3 in a row. We'll do it again. You mentioned Park 1 for 3 on Wednesday against the Chinooks. Had a single, 2 walks, and then a sacrifice bunt as well. And a lot of these guys for the Miners, they saw a lot of walks last Wednesday in that non-league victory, 10-8 over the Chukiak Eagle River Chinooks at Herman Brothers Field, first one of the season.
Yeah, over 20 free passes.
1-2 again in the dirt. He evens things up, 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter Park here.
But he did a good job as a leadoff man, right? Got on base 3 separate times in his 6 plate appearances, and then had that sacrifice bunt too. You know, that's the way that the Miners like to play ball. You see them have at least 1 or 2 sacrifice bunts every single game.
2-2. That one hit high in the air towards center field. Going back to center fielder A.J. Garcia. He's under it, and that's the first out here in this ball game.
You know, decent contact, but didn't get all of it. Pretty routine for the first out of the game. Get things going in Anchorage, first time on the year.
I don't know if it's the angle we're sitting at. That ball looked like it was hit a lot further than what it actually ended up being. The ball doesn't fly that crazy here in Alaska just in general. Flew well for the Miners, though. They hit 3 home runs on Wednesday against the Chinooks. That was their first home runs on the season. Now Jackson Babcock will step in, 2-hole hitter at right field today. He fouls the first one off out of play to the left side. It'll be 0-1 to him early against Fragus.
And he's sporting the yellow gloves there, and if you can't see it, they're not batting gloves. They're work gloves, leather work gloves. That's how he's coming.
He said, well, Bruce Bolts are not $8. These are. He's going to hit this one on ground to first. Humphreys will have it. Fragus will have to PFP over at first. He's there in time for the second out of the inning. Good coverage there by Fragus to get the second out.
And you know how they, baseball companies or whatever you want to call them, right? How they manufacture the gloves. They make them tear real easy. So you have to buy another pair real quickly. And you know what? It's unethical, right? But there's capitalism for you, I guess. Got to get people to keep buying them over and over.
Yeah, exactly. I was a big fan of New Balance. Mizuno had actually really good batting gloves.
I use Mizuno, yeah.
I remember back in the day. Matthew Blind steps in for the first time today. Center fielder for your Matsu Miners. He looks at a first pitch ball from Jonah Fragus. Jonah Fragus from Fresno, California. Mentioned he goes to Sacramento State. He stands 6'6". See, he's listed on the roster. Delivers the 1-0 to Blind. Just below the knees for a ball. 2-0 here to the 3-0 hitter out of California Baptist. Blind coming off a 1-for-4 day over on Wednesday. Had a single, swiped a bag, and then reached on a walk as well. 2-0 high and outside. 3-0 here.
And what I noticed pregame, too, all his rounds of BP on the field, beautiful. Just hitting great, pretty far fly balls. Got a couple over the fence, actually, I believe, 2 of them. A lot of line drives.
Blind shows bunt on the 3-0 and rears back. That's in there for a strike, though. 3-1 now.
And usually for me, when I do batting practice, I like to live low, right? Hit a lot of line drives. That means more than likely not going to get under it a lot in game. Kind of work on that line drive, but a lot of guys like to hit deep fly balls.
3-1 inside for a ball. Be a 5-pitch walk. Matt Blind reaches here. 2-out base runner for Matt Sue. Bring up the 4-0 hitter, Cooper Grace. Guy that homered back on Wednesday. And, man, did he tear the cover off that ball. And Grace is working with a different bat for the first time this season, though. He broke his bat with the red barrel in BP earlier before the game. Fraga's first pitch is outside for a ball.
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. Kind of poked fun at him for it, right? Saying, hey, is it gone? Is it over? Like, is that relationship over? And just shook his head.
A 1-0 to Grace. Swing and a miss. Fragus blows a fastball right by him. It'll be 1-1.
Decent turnout here in Anchorage, though. 4 o'clock start.
Yeah, we're quite literally on top of the fans here in Anchorage. Similar to Herman Brothers Field in terms of the layout. Blind aggressive lead over at first as Grace will fall behind in the count 1-2.
That one just looked like he couldn't get his foot down. He was way behind on that fastball.
Not only did Grace have one of the 3 2-run home runs for Matt Sue, he had a couple walks, reached on a hit by pitch, swiped a bag, and scored another run as well as Blind will get checked on over at first. He's back easy.
Can we get that hitter fantasy score on that?
Shoo.
You know, what was the line at?
All I know is he exceeded whatever the projected line would have been, especially considering he's primarily a pitcher for the Miners out of Nebraska and just hit really good in BP one day, and now you see him swinging the sticks here as he goes down swinging. That'll be the 3rd out of the inning as the Miners will strand a runner on first as we go to the bottom of the 1st here in Anchorage. It's 0-0. through 5 innings of no-hit baseball, gave up 1 run on a pass ball, and struck out 10 Chinook hitters. He did absolutely phenomenal, and unfortunately he didn't get the Miners to win. They lost 2-1 in that game, but against a great lineup for the Anchorage Bucs he faces here. We'll see what's in store for him today. As his first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Ryan Dara, misses for a ball.
Yeah, he did have trouble kind of controlling that fastball at times. You know, he walked a couple of hitters, right? Obviously didn't let up any hits, but he said that slider was really working well for him.
This ball's hit into the gap, or down the line. It's going to get down for a base hit. Going for it is Babcock in the corner. He's going to get this one into the cutoff man park, and going into third is the leadoff hitter, Dara. It's a triple to get things started here in the bottom of the first.
You know, could possibly be our fault there. Right, but if it took him 5 innings and a batter to let up his first hit, I say he's still doing good so far, but just got to bounce back after that triple, right? Just perfectly placed down the right field line. Wasn't even hit too hard, right? If he was just out in front a little more, would have been an easy routine fly ball, but it's the way the cookie crumbles.
That one just hit perfectly down the line. Made it trouble for Jackson Babcock, and back-to-back hitters are going to reach. A.J. Garcia, the 2-hole hitter guy, steps in and gets drilled on the first pitch that he sees from Baker. Runners will be on the corners with no outs in the bottom of the first.
Well, that's just not how you want to start your game, but he's going to have to bounce back. Seeing that fastball, that's where he has the control problems. I know that last game he started, that was his first game ever, he said, that where he was actually throwing a slider, and he said that was his best pitch. That was what was working best for him against the Chinooks, and we'll have to go to that early on.
That brings up real hitter Luke Taylor, the catcher for the Anchorage Bucs. Baker's first pitch off speed, way outside. Millard going to take his time, let Baker catch his breath. This likely a familiar face for Jackson Baker. Luke Taylor from Long Beach State, where Jackson Baker just transferred out of. So I imagine that Luke Taylor's probably seen a bullpen or two from Jackson Baker in his lifetime, likely in this past season. There's a chance he has the upper hand against Baker here. 1-0 in there for a strike. And that a fastball there for Baker. Going to be his pitch he's going to be working with all day. He really said, want to go fastball heavy always, and especially against these guys. See what I can do with my fastball changeup mix. But we've already seen him go to the breaking ball twice here early.
Yeah, just didn't have control of that fastball early on. That's how you get the 2 runners on already. Got to go to other stuff.
They're on the corner with 1 out. Baker, long stare at first. Taylor's going to foul off the 1-1 to the right side. It'll be 1-2.
Right, you're probably going to look to obviously get a strikeout, but I think already with the situation you're in, you'll take 2 outs for a run.
Bucs looking to strike first here. They've got them on the corners with no outs, and they're in great position to do so. Runner going to take off for second and be in there easy, as Dara will hold at third. Garcia swipes second there. Now 2 in scoring position with no outs here. Bucs on the verge of striking first here in this bottom of the first in a rematch of last year's top of the world championship.
Just heads up base running. Eliminate the double play there. Know that Millard behind the dish is going to look towards third first, make sure he's not going on a double steal situation.
2-2 to Taylor. This one a soft blooper over into right field. Babcock coming in. It's going to get down in front of him. Babcock's firing into home. Throw's not going to be in time. And they're on the corners after an RBI single from Luke Taylor. It's 1-0 Bucs here in the bottom of the first.
I think just so far, obviously the hit by pitch was his fault, but just perfectly placed triple down the right field line and then a loop single to right field. Right, didn't get good contact, but he got enough and just found some grass and got runners on the corners again.
So the first 3 guys have reached for the Bucs. It's a triple hit by pitch, followed by a stolen base for Garcia, who was hit, and then Luke Taylor with the RBI single right there. Jackson Baker yet to record an out. His first pitch to Carson Humphreys is outside for a ball. Humphreys from Northeast Texas College. He's at first base for the Anchorage Bucs. A.J. Garcia is on third. 90 feet away after the RBI single from Taylor. Wide stance here for Humphreys. Baker taking a long pause. Fires home the 1-0 fastball just on the outside corner, but it's a strike. It's 1-1 now. So I'm just picking up. We do have a little bit of issues on whoever is inputting the stats on the scorebook. So call it like radio to make sure you know what's going on. They're on the corners with no outs. Bucs lead at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Humphreys hit one over to second. Park gets it. Over to Toth and on to first. Double play. Run will score, though. There's two gone with nobody on here. Bucs now lead it 2-0 after the fielder's choice by Carson Humphreys.
Humphreys just good job to put it in play.
For the Anchorage Bucs.
I think given the situation, like I mentioned earlier, you'll just take the 2 outs. Make sure this inning isn't a
University, third baseman,
blow up, put you far behind, but just 2 runs already so far. Bases now cleared. Just get out of this inning, keep it pushing.
And not the worst thing that could have happened for Baker. In one pitch, he gets his first 2 outs of the day. His first pitch, fastball in for a strike on the hands of Hayden Miller, third baseman, stepping in for the first time tonight. 5-0 hitter out of Bradley University for the Anchorage Bucs. Trying to keep something going here in this bottom of the first, where Bucs are leading it 2-0. It'd be 1-1 now after the 0-1 misses outside to Miller. Good job by Park and Toth up the middle, able to field that double play and get 2 outs right there really quickly. Help Baker out. 1-1. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and a strike to Miller. Jackson Baker. Baker looking to get out of this thing with only 2 runs allowed. He's now down 3-1 to Miller.
And you'll definitely take it too if that's the way you started.
Deep breath from Baker. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count runs full to Hayden Miller.
I say just go right back to it. Same exact pitch. See if he can make the adjustment.
Here's Jackson Baker's 3-2 pitch to Miller. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Baker gets out of it, but not before 2 runs come across for the Bucs. They lead it 2-0 after a couple of hits allow the party to get started. As we go to the top of the second where the Miners look to strike back. Back here at Mokley Stadium for the Miners, it'll be 5, 6, 7 due up. Pearson, Toth, and Godfrey here against Jonah Fragus, who made quick work of the Miners overall in that top of the first. He got a fly out, ground out, walked a guy, and then struck out Grace to end the inning. As the Bucs coming in with the 2-0 lead now. So Fragus got some room to work with here as he'll face Pearson to lead things off. First pitch outside for a ball. It's 1-0 to Alexander Pearson, guy who just finished his freshman season at Washington with the Huskies of the Big Ten.
He's a big guy, too. He sends a lot of balls in BP over the wall with the wood bat and low elevation.
It'll be 2-0 now to Pearson. Fragus misses once again. Miners looking to get that leadoff base runner on. Something they've done a good job of early on in this ABL season. Pearson got that back foot, his left foot, in the back of the box. As he looks at ball 3 go by, looking at it. Chance here for a 4-pitch walk.
You know, I think down 2-0, probably come up with a patient approach. See if they can dig themselves in a hole. Kind of get them to let you come back.
Fragus put some zip behind that one. Fastball in the hands. In there for a called strike. Fragus is 3-1 to Pearson. Will be fouled off to the left side and out of play. Fragus bounces back after being down 3-0 and runs this thing full.
Alaska Restaurant Supply.
Pearson going to have to fight here against Fragus or work a walk here. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pearson goes down swinging. There's one gone in the top of the second.
What a job on the mound right there. Down in the count 3-0. Just work yourself back. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Fragus.
Number 7, second baseman, Diesel Toth.
Toth steps in here with one gone. Looking to be the first base runner here in this top of the second for Matsu. Fragus breaking ball misses. Be 1-0 to Toth. Toth at second base today for the Miners. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts and a walk on Wednesday in that non-league against the Chinooks. At 1-0 in there for strike. Count evens up to Diesel Toth. Toth also out of California Baptist. Just finished his freshman year with the Lancers. 1-1. Hit on a line back up the middle towards center field. Garcia makes catch on the run for the second out.
Good contact there, just left up a little bit too long, and Garcia all over it. Able to make the catch at his knees coming in.
Now batting for the Miners.
But good contact, just keep it
Third
rolling.
baseman, number 4.
That's when I score. My
Will
scorebook is an
Godfrey.
L8, not an F8. Definitely
Right.
a line out there. Hard hit ball for Toth. Unable to fall there. Will Godfrey, 7-0 hitter for Matsu, steps in here. 2 gone in the top of the second. Fragus' first pitch, just low for a ball. It's 1-0. Godfrey, one of the Matsu Miners who hit a 2-run home run himself. His came in the bottom of the 7th against the Chinooks on Wednesday. He reached base twice, reaching a walk and scored in the 6th inning. Fragus will even things up to him at 1-1.
Yeah, he had a great final 3 plate appearances. Started 0 for 2, then walked, came around to score, and then hit that home run and that game-winning sac fly.
Yeah, in the 8th inning, Chinooks bounced back and responded to the Miners after Godfrey's home run. Then Godfrey came up and hit a sac fly to center field to score that go-ahead run, put Matsu ahead, and ultimately lead him to a victory. 2-1, just clips the corner. Godfrey shakes his head in disagreement. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 away in the top of the second.
But yeah, just pound for pound. One of the best hitters in this lineup, right? Just only stands at 5'7", 180 pounds, but he's got so much pop.
Yeah, Godfrey from Central Missouri. They call him Beef for a reason. He's going to go down looking. That's the 3rd strikeout for Fragus today as he retires a side in order right there for Matsu. It's 2-0 Anchorage as we go to the bottom of the second. Welcome back here in the bottom of the second in Anchorage. Bucs lead it 2-0 over the Matsu Miners. Jackson Baker coming out for second inning of work. He'll face 6, 7, 8 of the Anchorage Bucs lineup. McLeod, Landfear, and Perez are due up. Miners have really yet to get anything going offensively, and then really just to start off at the bottom of the first, Anchorage all over Baker.
Yeah, kind of a tough inning, right? Just perfectly placed baseballs, the right side of the field, along with the hit by pitch. That's your own fault, right? But, you know, got to score a couple runs anyways to come out with the win. So, I mean, only a 2-0 deficit early on. You can bounce back easy.
Now the interesting part is, how does Jackson Baker bounce back? Is his first pitch here in the bottom of the second. It's a strike to Luke McLeod from Baylor University over in Waco.
Yeah, you could see he was looking for that first pitch fastball too, and then just missed it because he put his head up in disappointment immediately, saying, "Man, I should have had a go at that one."
It's a couple of dudes that are part of baseball teams that are in very good baseball conferences going up against each other. As Baker's ahead 1-2 here. It's McLeod. I almost said power conferences, but some people would disagree that the Pac-12 is about to be a power conference. I think in baseball, though, you could definitely argue that.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Sun Belt. We know it very much. Very good baseball conference. Some people say that's for baseball. Sun Belt is Power 4 and kicks out the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Right. I can understand the argument.
Right. I mean, you got Oregon State, who's won multiple national championships. Dallas Baptist. I mean, they're elite. Texas State just made the tournament, beat USC, a former Pac-12 schools. Baker's going to get McLeod to strike out swinging. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Baker, his second on the day. Get this. It's bottom of the second underway.
So far, great bounce back, right? You let up that triple, the hit by pitch, the single, and the first three batters, right? Then you get that double play, trade the out for the 2 outs, or trade the run for the 2 outs, and now you got back-to-back Ks, so he's rolling now.
Another first pitch strike. This one to Camden Landfear from Central Arkansas. He's at shortstop for the Bucs today. He's down 0-1 to Baker. Right, and then Texas State mentioned they just won a regional game, made it. You know, they've been pretty solid over the last few years. Baker's 0-1 misses. It's 1-1. And then Washington State, they just made the tournament, right? Arguably very good school coming from the Mountain West. Gonzaga, they had a top 50 RPI essentially all year. That's going to be another good school in the new Pac-12 as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were talking to Bowie, right? Bowman. Gonzaga got up to 30 in the RPI, right? They at one point won 14 in a row right after they played Texas State. They were moving around. They won 35 games. I mean, that's very good, especially for Gonzaga when you think baseball.
Yeah, they at one point early in the season, they had went to Hawaii, and then they went back probably to Spokane, and then they went to San Marcos to play Texas State, and then I don't know what they did within the week there, but then they went to Norman to play OU. As Landfear is going to line this one up the middle for a base hit. Be a one-out base runner for the Bucs here. I have a guy on here in the bottom of the second. So, yeah, Gonzaga went, to Hawaii, to Texas, to Oklahoma, and then they beat Oklahoma in one of those games, who actually is now in the 1-0 game on the SEC side of the Omaha bracket right now after just obliterating Alabama. Last time I checked, it was 7-0 in the 8th. So, yeah, that's a really impressive Gonzaga team, I think, going into the future Pac-12 there.
Yeah, and then Washington State, too, not known for baseball, and then they ended up making the tournament because they won their conference tournament. I mean, looks pretty good. I think the only disappointment on the year that's going to teams going to the Pac-12 was Fresno State. Everyone else did very good.
Fresno State has won a national championship, too, as well, 2008, where they beat Georgia. And mentioning the Pac-12 because Jackson Baker's on the mound for your Miners right now, is committed to Oregon State as of the last about 10 days or so. He's going to check on Landfear over at first, who's back easy. He's facing a-hole hitter Lucas Perez, the DH, right now.
Yeah, portal opens June 1st. He went to the portal June 1st, and they gave him a call same day.
Yeah, he
said, I'm coming, coach.
Doesn't have a lot to worry about. He's not sitting there just sitting in the portal anxiously. That one in there for a strike to Lucas Perez.
And we were talking about it, and he left Long Beach State because he felt like he didn't grow any in the past year, which is always feels bad, right? I know how that feels. You really want to grow year to year, but he was really only throwing 2 pitches at his time at Long Beach as a dirtbag, and he even started a couple games to start the year, got moved into the bullpen, and I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just hard when you have two pitches, so he's working on that slider. He said he didn't really throw that curveball because he couldn't locate it and use it properly, but that's what this summer is for, to use work on that slider, right, which you mentioned felt like his best pitch his last start, 10 strikeouts, and work on that curveball too.
Another pickoff over towards first. Lamphere back safely. Jackson Baker certainly has a chance to possibly make that weekend rotation for Oregon State. He's got the stuff to do it, that's for sure. So he falls behind 3-1 to Lucas Perez here, 8-hole hitter. Andrew Sheffield is on deck, and then leadoff hitter Ryan Darr is in the hole for the Bucs. If you're Baker, just keep the ball low here, battle back in the count. Throw strikes, ground ball should get you out of it. 3-1 to Perez, right over the middle. It'll run full here.
And a good, I guess, thing to look at to know if someone has that sort of stuff to make it at whatever the next level is kind of just look at those strikeouts, right? If they're striking out over a guy an inning, which Baker did at Long Beach, ignore the ERA, right? You can tell he has the stuff.
Payoff pitch, runner goes. Fouled off back behind home plate and out of play. We'll do the 3-2 once more.
See if with the runner going here, 3-2, if Baker shortens that stride, quick pitch over to home.
Maybe Baker wants to try and pick off Lamphere over at first. He's already thrown that way twice. He knows the runner's going. Payoff pitch, he doesn't go, and it's called strike 3. Third strikeout for Baker tonight, and there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Perez doesn't quite agree, but that was painted lovely on the outer third. I believe that was that changeup, because Perez was able to foul that fastball straight back 3-2. Did it again. That time pulled the string on him, had him off balance. He took it backwards K. Beautiful pitching there from the lefty.
Good job by Baker in that full count to get the strikeout there and prevent another guy from getting on. His first pitch to Andrew Sheffield in there for a strike. Camden Lamphere's on first after a 1-out single. Perez just struck out looking now. Sheffield out of Florida Gulf Coast University. 9-0 hitter steps in, down 0-1 to Baker here. Bucs holding on to a 2-0 lead, chance to extend it. But Sheffield now down 0-2.
I think this is one of those counts. I know, mentioned multiple times, Baker himself has said he just hasn't had great control over that curveball. Maybe go with that curveball here.
Head 0-2, certainly a chance to do it. Millard, good brick wall behind that dish there. Here is the 0-2 and just outside for a ball. I thought Baker might have got back-to-back guys looking there.
Went that fastball and just missed. Beautiful placement, though. But he can go many ways here.
Baker looking for his 4th strikeout of the evening. 3rd of this inning. Just outside again. That time he goes with the curveball. Deuces run wild here.
Yeah, tried to backdoor him. Possibly for the best. It looked like he had Sheffield off balance, right? So it didn't even look like he attempted at it, but you don't want to leave it over the heart of the plate, obviously.
The 2-2. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again. Sheffield on time with that one. Just a bit under it.
Brought to you by Alaska Restaurant Supply.
Lamphere's over at first. Chance to move into scoring position, but with 2 outs here. This one's going to be a blooper into shallow right field. And coming on to make the play is Diesel Toth for the 3rd out of the inning. Baker strands 1. He retires the side finally. It's 2-0 Anchorage as we go to the 3rd inning. Top of the third at Mulkey Stadium. Anchorage Bucs lead your Matsu Miners 2-0. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for Matsu, Millard, Acres, and then back to the top with Austin Park. Here's Miners so far. You have to record a hit in this ball game. Only base runner to reach was Matthew Blind in the top of the first on a walk. Millard looking to change that here against Jonah Fragus. So far has been rolling through 2 innings. He's got 3 strikeouts. First offering to Millard, slider outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Want to mention, YouTube chat is open. Please chat with us throughout the game. Let us know anything that you just may want to chime in on. We're happy to answer questions, to have any sorts of conversation as we play 9 innings of baseball. Millard's going to sky this one high into right center field. Garcia calls off the right fielder Dara, and he's under it for out number 1.
Now batting for the Matsu Miners, number 2, left
So far,
fielder,
Fragus just
Tyler Akers.
rolling along right now, picking up a couple Ks, getting routine outs. Someone's going to have to break the cycle, and if it's going to be anyone, actually, it might be this guy if you need to get something going.
Yeah, it's Tyler Akers, a guy who just absolute mean machine when it comes to getting on base. He does it such a high rate. He shows bunt, pulls back to strike anyways. Be 0-1 to Akers.
And on Wednesday, actually had 2 bunt singles in his 2 plate appearances, so he went 2 for 2, and they were both perfectly placed. And he's so explosive and fast. I mean, that's just finger licking.
Half swing from Akers puts him down 0-2 here to Jonah Fragus.
But I assume LeBron, too, usually Akers in those first 2 games led off both times, and just think he's making him a second leadoff guy here.
Good guy to turn the lineup over as he'll look at a ball. It's 1-2 to Tyler Akers, a guy from East Central University in Oklahoma. Plays baseball, had a 1,000 OPS, 500 on base percentage last season, and then played in every game. And then he also plays football at East Central Oklahoma. 1-2 is going to get in down for a base hit in right center. Miners have their first hit of the ball game, and it's a 1-out base runner for Matsu here in the top of the third.
There you go. Just poke the bat at it, find some grass, get it over the head of the infield. And now he's reached every single game. I was going to mention if he faced another pitch that first 2 games, reached 3 times, both times, so 6, and then went 2 for 2 last game. So he's an on-base machine so far to start the year.
Turns it over with Austin Park stepping in now with Akers on first after that 1-out single. And Ferris Monday, Tuesday, as I was told to call you in the chat. As Austin Park's going to hit this one into left field. Drops down in front of Mick Leod for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for the Miners here in the top of the third. They've got something cooking.
Now batting for the Miners.
There you go. Jump on the first pitch.
Number 9, right fielder.
And just like that, find
Jackson
some grass right in front of the left fielder, McLeod. Here you go. Try to get something going, even this game back up. Just get something on the board early on.
Just bad timing every time I try to start a conversation with you or the chat, but
Yeah.
Tuesday, a.k.a. Sweet Bacon, a.k.a. Ferris Monday in the chat. You can blame your son for exposing your Sweet Bacon identity on YouTube. Let's hope the Spurs force Game 6, and if anybody would be so kind to, provide updates throughout the game of how the Spurs are doing. Just don't tell me if they're leading, because I know it's gonna get blown.
Yeah.
Babcock looks at the 0-1 for a ball. It's 1-1.
Yeah, no, it didn't feel good blowing 30 points. Right, but we both mentioned on air that probably would happen, and it did.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, let's hope it gets forced and that thing goes back to MSG. So guy on first and second after back-to-back singles for the Miners. Babcock laces one foul to the left side. He's down 1-2 to Fragus here.
I think it's going back to the guard. Got to go at least 6.
Can only hope.
Right, and I'm just kind of upset now. Nowhere, I wouldn't be anywhere but here watching Miners baseball, calling Miners baseball, right? But we are missing a lot of good games, right? Texas, Georgia, in my opinion, the 2 best teams in the nation remaining.
Babcock's going to hit a little dribbler over to first. Humphreys has it, and he's going to try to throw it to Fragus over at first, but it gets away from him. This one towards the Miners dugout. Akers scores. Here comes Park. Throw is not even going to be competitive there. Park scores standing up. Jackson Babcock's in at second. 2 score for the Miners. We're tied up.
There you go. Just put the ball in play, make something happen. And you get something miraculous. And big foul territory over here on the infield, right and left sides, and it's able to get Park all the way around home to score after Akers. Now we're even up at 2 apiece. There you go.
Now batting
And that's
for the
started
Miners,
because you just get
number
2
13 center
bloop
fielder,
singles
Matt
and
Blind.
put the ball in play.
Oh, yeah, all about putting the ball in play. And Jackson Babcock does that there and forces the Bucs to play catch and play good defense. They fail to do so. Tied up at 2 here for Matt Blind, who coming into this inning was the only guy to reach. That one right past the umpire. Line drive to Lamphere over at short. He'll retire Blind, but Babcock will move up to third. He's 90 feet away with 2 outs for Cooper Grace.
Yeah, nice hard contact, hard line drive, just great defense over at short.
Umpire almost got drilled.
Right?
Number 28
I've been
designated
almost
hitter,
drilled a bunch of times
Cooper
umping
Grace.
youth tournaments. There's some big boys out there. Bigger than me, actually, and they're 12.
Cooper Grace will swing and miss at strike 1. He struck out swinging his last time up in the top of the first, and I believe all 3 strikes that were thrown to him were because he swung and missed. Trying to change that here and maybe give the Miners the lead. Another swing and a miss. It's 0-2 quickly to Cooper Grace. Babcock's 90 feet away over on third.
This is where you got to come up and be a Michael Brantley right here, a professional hitter. 2 outs, runner on third, get the job done. How are you going to do it? Can you do it is the question.
Frag is trying to get out of this one, leaving it a 2-2 ball game. Grace looks at ball 1.
Back to that games we're missing, right? Texas, Georgia. Obviously the
Unfortunate. It's
NBA,
actually
NBA Finals,
Texas, Georgia right in front of me.
right? NBA Finals, and at 5, Alaska time, that is. Missing Scotland, Haiti, the World Cup. Dang.
Grace goes down swinging for the second time tonight, but the Miners strike. They tie this one up. 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the third on 2 hits. They strand a runner as we go to the bottom of the third.
Now batting for
Bottom of the
our
third
Bucs,
in Anchorage.
number 8,
We're tied
right
up.
fielder,
Miners 2, Bucks
Ryan
2.
Durham.
Go to the bottom of the third. Anchorage trying to change that. It's 1-2-3. Due up for them. Be top of the order. Second time Jackson Baker will be facing Dara Garcia and Taylor. First pitch. Skipped in the dirt for a ball to Ryan Dara, who tripled on one of the first 2 pitches he saw against Baker in that bottom of the first. He came around to score. First guy to score for the Bucs this evening. One of the 2. Looks at a fastball inside. It's 2-0 to him.
This is where you're facing the top of the order that hurts you first time through, and hey, come right back at them. Say, hey, that in your mind, just be like, hey, that was just a fluke. All right, you're mine.
2-0 to Dara. Low for a ball. It's 3-0 to the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the third. Dara, one of the many guys that just on both teams, got his foot in the back of the box. So looks at a 3-0 fastball in there for a strike.
Yeah, it's simple. Just further you go back, the more time you have to react.
especially against a guy like Baker who's lefty throwing 93. I would appreciate the more time to react. Looks at another fastball, runs things full here.
Yeah, the only time you'll see guys step up into the box is when you got a junk baller, maybe throws mid-high 80s.
Payoff pitch low for a ball. It's a 6-pitch walk to Ryan Darr to lead off the bottom of the third.
Good job to get back
Now
to a full
batting
count, but
for,
got to execute that
the
3-2,
Anchorage
obviously.
Bucs. Number 3, center fielder, A.J.
Especially if you're going to
Garcia.
come at him with the fastball. He's not going to go chasing unless it's upstairs, but that one was down and in.
A.J. Garcia up now for the second time. He was hit by a pitch on the first offering from Baker in that bottom of the first. He came around to score as well. He scored that second run for the Bucs. Baker goes inside on Garcia there with the fastball. It's fouled back. 0-1.
A foul ball brought to you by Alaska Restaurants and
We've got
Pubs.
sponsors for foul balls here.
I was just thinking that they got a sponsor for every foul ball.
I was trying to listen to what he was saying there. Yeah, Norm on the PA, great guy. I met him before the game.
That's got to be the most expensive package, right?
Runner goes off for second. The ball's going to be fouled off to the left side now to play. Darr will have to come back. It's 0-2 though to AJ Garcia.
No sponsor on that one though. Maybe it's only when it's fouled straight back.
I don't know.
That has been the trend so far. Or do they only get one an inning?
That is true. I don't know.
I don't know. Got to read the fine print.
No balls and 2 strikes to AJ Garcia. Darr is going to get a look from Baker over at first. He's back easy. So look out in the distance past center field wall. See a little bit of youth baseball going on. Love to see it. It's
Love it.
finally warm enough here in Alaska. 0-2 Garcia. There's a swing and a miss, 4-strike 3. That's the 4th for Baker tonight. There's one gone.
There you go. On that slider. Just gnarly it is. Only his second game actually
Now
throwing it.
batting, for the Anchorage
right?
Bucs.
And that was probably his best
7,
pitch in his first start. So just keep
catcher,
using that when you're ahead in the count.
Taylor.
3-0 hitter Luke Taylor steps in. He singled and drove in the first run of the night for Anchorage back in the first. And he was stranded over there as well. Mention he's from Long Beach State, same place Jackson Baker hails from as well. First pitch to him is a breaking ball. Back doors him for a strike. It's 0-1. So I imagine that Luke Taylor's caught a bullpen or two or seen some live
in-game.
ABs from Baker in his time at Long Beach State.
Yeah.
Like I said, probably gives him the upper hand facing a guy that you've already seen before. Baker going to stare down Darr over at first. He takes off for second. Millard's throw is going to be cut off by Diesel Toth. Barely, almost sneaks into center field, but Darr's in there
Last
safely.
stolen base
The
brought
runner
to
in
you
scoring
by
position
Safe and
with 1 out.
Sound.
It's a good jump over there at first, but talking about knowing what Baker has on the mound, well, mention that he didn't have that slider when he was at Long Beach, and I guess no one there thought of, hey, maybe you should throw more than 2 pitches in game. You know, that's one reason why he left. Going back to that feeling that you didn't grow any, right, in a whole year.
1-1 will be fouled straight back. It'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Taylor here.
Went with a 1-1 curveball. It's one way to get him off balance.
Certainly worked.
Yeah, good thing about having multiple pitches is when you get to that 3rd, 4th time through the order, maybe even just second, you have extra pitches at your disposal that they haven't seen before, right? Because you don't want to show all your cards at once, first time around.
That one of the reasons why Baker says he does like to live fastball early in ball games, save some of those off-speed pitches for later, but he's obviously had to go to them earlier than he probably would have hoped and anticipated. It's 2-2 here in the bottom of the third, and Taylor's going to hit this one foul over towards the Miners dugout. It's going to drop and bounce over the fence out of play. Be 1-2 once again.
But in the background, got a good tree line. Football field over to the left.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what a plane crashed into that football field over in left field.
They were talking
That's what
about
we were
that.
told a few years ago.
And then last year had a game canceled here because there was gunshots. So let's get out of here.
Welcome to Anchorage. All right.
Let's get out of here, man.
Baker ahead 1-2 to Luke Taylor. His offering warrants a swing and a miss at back-to-back strikeouts for Baker. There's 2 gone.
Slight smile on the mound, I think I see from Baker because he executes that slider perfectly. Comes in on him, and Taylor was all over the top of it. Big wave and a miss there. Slider really working well.
So leadoff runner here in the bottom of the 3rd was Ryan Dar, who reached on a walk and then stole second not too long ago, but his back-to-back strikeouts for Baker puts him in a position to get out of this thing. Dar is going to take off for 3rd. Millard's throw not going to be in time. He's now 90 feet away, so that ball just kind of skipped away from Millard behind the dish.
That's just great read from Dar over at second. He left the second, like the millisecond it gets away from Millard. I think he saw the bounce, and great throw. He's still in there. Just great base running so far from Dara.
Makes sense. He's the leadoff guy. Now 90 feet away, but there is 2 outs. It's going to be a ground ball to Godfrey over at 3rd. Deep in the hole, across the diamond. Not going to be in time. It gets away from Pearson. Run's going to come home and score. Now heading into second is Carson Humphreys. It's 3-2 Bucs here with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
I mean, that play looks tougher than it is, right? It's a chopper down the third base line. You're deep in the hole, like you mentioned. You got to throw it all the way across the diamond, but just way offline from Godfrey. So just going to have to bounce back. Happens.
So it's going to go down as an error, likely against Godfrey for the throw there. Really wasn't close enough for Pearson to make a play with his foot on the bag. Somehow a bee in the booth. How do these things get in here, man?
Well, we do have the window up over the top open.
They're everywhere here.
Looks like a hornet, actually. Wasp, maybe? We got to get out of here.
Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Hayden Miller, who struck out his first time up in the bottom of the 1st. Inning in that bottom of the 1st ended with him striking out. Chance for Baker to repeat that storyline here is just killed it.
That was an athletic play, man.
Yeah, it was. And that
Foot over the desk onto the window.
a little sore, huh? From going to the gym yesterday.
Yeah, we hit it hard, man. Look at us. Gave some of the guys buckets.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
I heard.
They were calling me Kyrie.
Yeah,
which
that's a
is
bit of a reach.
Bit of a reach, although I was hooping.
So Carson Humphreys on second after the error by Godfrey. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Hayden Miller, Baker trying to get out of it.
That's now 3 of the 5 runs in this game scored on errors.
Bucs did a good job of kind of earning that run as much as they could. 1-2 fouled straight back, and that one, I think, off the press box.
Yeah.
We'll do the 1-2 once again. So Dara led off the bottom of the 3rd. He reached on a walk, found a way to steal second to get into scoring position. Then a ball that skipped away from Millard got him 90 feet away, and then he reached on a throw across the diamond that ruled an error on Will Godfrey, the 3rd baseman for the Matsu Miners. Here's a 1-2 to Miller. Fouled straight back off the press box once again.
That one sounded off the window, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting scared for our camera a little bit.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, our camera's out on the plank in front of us, so had to do some dangerous parkour to get it set up and everything, but
Not protected at all.
not protected at all. It's out in the open up here.
1-2 to Miller is going to hit him on the front leg. That one just gets away from Baker. There will be 2 guys on here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Don't know if that was a changeup or slider,
No
but just
batting,
yeah,
for the
just got away
Anchorage
from him.
Bucs. Number 27. Shortstop. Kempton
Luke McLeod will
Lanfear.
step in here, face Jackson Baker. First pitch from Baker. Clips the outside corner for a strike. I thought I had that wrong. They said that was the 7-hole hitter, Lanfear, but I just checked the number. That is definitely Luke McLeod. I did not skip a guy. I'm right. Had me worried for a second.
Yeah.
0-1 in there for a ball.
These guys are behind. Just letting you know.
Not on top of the ball, are we?
I don't know. It took you a bit to get adjusted. I'm worried for the next home game where I'm doing stats. But you got adjusted to it pretty well. But you're used to that, I guess.
And putting stats is definitely not fun while calling a game and producing it and engineering it.
Right?
Not at all. Baker falls behind. 2 balls and a strike to Luke Mikleo, the left fielder from Baylor University. 2 guys on with 2 outs. Bucs lead it 3-2. 2-1. Warrants a half swing. They'll even things up. Deuces run wild.
If any type of swing could count for 2 strikes, that would be one of them.
Big lead over at first by Miller because nobody's holding him on. Called strike 3. Mikleo goes down looking. Baker gets out of the jam as the Bucs take the lead, but they strand 2 runners on the base pass. It's 3-2 Bucs as we go to the 4th.
Now batting.
5, 6, 7 due up for Matt Sue here in the top of the 4th. They trail it 3-2. Bucs jumped out to an early 2-0 lead. Miners responded and tied it up in the top of the 3rd, but then an unearned run results in a Bucs lead here. Miners trying to change that. It starts with Alexander Pearson to lead off. He struck out back in the top of the 2nd. He looks at a first pitch fastball in the outer part of the plate called strike 1. Pearson from Tigard, Oregon, attends Washington University.
Let us know.
Tigard.
Probably Tiger.
I mean, I'm from Texas. I would say Tigard.
Yeah, that's how Texas does it. Blanco.
Yeah, you just make it sound as easy as possible. 1-1, fouled straight back. Ball and 2 strikes here to Pearson. Lead off this top of the 4th as Jonah Fragus is still out there.
One of my favorite examples is Guadalupe River in Texas, and then also the town just named Guadalupe. Guadalupe. Don't need the A at the end of it.
1-2's a can of corn over to second. Sheffield records the out. There's one gone here in the top of the 4th.
For Fragus
Now
just
batting for the
rolling.
Toast going to hit this one to left field, but coming on to make the play on the run is McLeod for out number 2.
And that one was roped too. Just 2
Now
unlucky
batting for the Miners.
results for Toast so far.
Third baseman, number 4.
Just they both held up a little too long and
Godfrey.
placed, unfortunately.
Yeah, and that's just baseball. Sometimes you get
Yeah.
hit the ball better than anybody, but it's just hit to the wrong spot or at the wrong person.
Then you watch one of your guys, obviously rooting for him, but then they get a swinging bunt hit, and you're like, are you serious?
Yeah. Will Godfrey steps in. He looks at strike 1. He struck out looking to end the top of the 2nd. His last time up. Here's Fragus' 0-1 pitch way outside in the right-handed hitter's batter's box. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Godfrey, the guy that the team calls beef. 1-1 outside. 2 balls and a strike to Will Godfrey. The guy just finished his freshman season at Central Missouri from Lake. Oh, man, I always look at these things and get ready to read them, and I just am like, tongue twister. Lake Latawano, Missouri is my guess. Hard ground ball over to first. Humphreys has got it. He'll step on the bag over at first, and 3 up, 3 down. Go Matt Sue here in the top of the 4th. It's 3-2 Bucs. So go to the bottom half. Bottom of the 4th here at Mulkey Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska. Bucs lead the Miners 3-2 in this first matchup since early August of last year, where the Miners walked off to the top of the World Championship for the 9th ABL title for Matt Sue. Went all the way to Game 3. Incredible comeback by the Miners to win that one back in Palmer at Herman Brothers Field. But the Bucs so far out in front in the first meeting here in 2026. And it's been like a lot of the baseball we've seen so far this summer for the Miners. Unorthodox way of scratching them across.
Yeah, absolutely. And just you'll take them as you get them, right? As long as you scratch them across, as you said. But they're going to have to find some grass, find some gaps going forward.
First batter up, Lanphier is going to hit this one over towards Park at short, and his throw is going to go wide of Pearson over at first. Millard will be there to clean things up and keep Lanphier over at first. So it's another error from the left side of the infield for the Miners as leadoff runner will reach.
Now batting for the Anchorage Bucs.
Tough play in the whole left side of the infield, but looks like he would have gotten him by a step if the throw was on target and just missed Pearson completely. I mean, luckily he didn't go over the fence and gave him an extra base, but he's got to be on target with these throws.
So again, that error will be charged to Austin Park over at short. Lanphier's on first as Lucas Perez steps in, the AO hitter for the Bucs. And now the second time Lanphier has reached on the evening. Last time up for Lucas Perez in the bottom of the second. Struck out looking. He looks at ball 1 from Jackson Baker, who, I mean, yeah, he's given up 2 runs earned, 1 unearned. His team's losing right now, but he's got 6 strikeouts, and we're in the bottom of the 4th. So, I mean, really unorthodox way that last run came across. Really unfortunate the way that happened for Baker, but he's given plenty of problems to these Bucs hitters overall.
Yeah, and got a lot of weak contact, too. So I think the only, pretty hard contact he gave up was that leadoff triple down the right field line. It did carry quite a bit. And then, can't remember Taylor's RBI single in the first. Just hit up the middle, perfectly placed.
Only 3 hits for the Bucs so far today, but they do lead this one 3-2. It's going to be ball 3, Sheffield on deck, and leadoff hitter Ryan Dara is in the hole.
I believe he got Perez last time up with that backwards K, but it was on a gnarly slider.
Baker pauses, looks at Lanphier over at first. 3-1's going to be sky high over to the right side and get out of play. Baker battles back. Count runs full here.
Restaurant Supply.
There you go. I think it's just one time an inning.
Oh, the advertisement.
Yeah,
for
I think that's in the contract. Said, hey, only one inning.
sponsored foul balls.
So you're basically guaranteed 9 a game, maybe 18 if it was half an inning. We gotta check.
3-2 is going to be hit over to Park over at short. 6, 4, and 3. Double play. Miners turn it. There's 2 gone. The bases are now clear here in the bottom of the 4th.
There you go. You get a guy on via the error, and that's the game of baseball, right? Or maybe all sports in general. The moment's going to come right back to you. It's not about what you did in the past; it's what you do now. And Park able to just turn the double play. Good job.
Error.
Basically eradicate your error. There you go.
Yeah, error essentially means nothing now for Austin Park because he's able to clean it up himself. 9-0 hitter Andrew Sheffield steps in with 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Baker almost hits him on the first pitch. That would have been a 3rd hit by pitch for Baker so far. He has struggled with the command overall. Did hit a couple batters back in Chukiak last Saturday.
I will say, Artie, not as many walks though, just the 1.
It's a dribbler over to 3rd. Godfrey going to have to make the throw across the diamond on the run, and he does. That's out number 3. Baker gets the Bucs to go 3 up, 3 down as the Bucs lead at 3-2 as we go to the 5th. Top of the 5th here in Anchorage. Bucs lead it 3-2 over the Matsu Miners, who are looking for their first league win of the season. Their own one. They're sitting in dead last, and Bucs are 1-1 in league play after splitting 2 that they've played against the Chinooks.
But yeah, they're the only team that hasn't played multiple league games so far, so they're at the bottom of the standings, 0-1. Bucs right ahead, 1-1. The Pilots 2 and 3, Chinooks 3 and 2, and then the Oilers at the top with 3 games played, 2-1.
Yeah, plenty of time though.
Yeah,
for the Miners to bounce back after today's game. There will be 35 more league games, pending anything like weather left to play. As Will Millard steps in, looks at a first pitch breaking ball, and on the hands for strike 1. The 8-9-1 due up for Matsu. Akers on deck, Park in the hole. Both of those guys have scored the 2 runs for the Miners today. That's why they're at least in this one. It's a 1-run ball game. Millard skies this one high in the air on the right side. Bucs give chase, but it's way out of play. It'll be 0-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that foul ball sponsored by the Alaska Restaurant Supply.
It is the first one ever ended.
Now is it every half inning or full inning? Because that's the difference. That's 9 extra.
Yeah.
Really want to get into this contract because, that's something I have to deal with when I get back to Texas, right? With the student radio station.
0-2's ripped down the left field line, hits off the fence in foul ground. Millard stays alive, though. Still 0-2 to him. Is that fence over on the left side. If our motor was not dead from the exact second we got here and we had extra batteries, we'd be able to show you that fence going towards left field. It just gets in closer and closer, and that foul ground decreases in size. So 0-2 to Millard upstairs for ball 1.
Good job not to get out of your shoes. Go chasing at a upstairs fastball. Stay down. And he always does. Look at that deep squat he gets.
Yeah, 2-strike approach here for Millard. Choked up little bit, stands a little bit wider. He's going to rip another one down the third baseline. It goes into the stands and foul.
I don't know if that was a cutter or a slider, right? Trying to front door him, but yeah, you go up on the handle a bit, and he's super short to the ball.
If you're Millard, you're a little bit out in front, but you still got to stay patient here against Fragus, who's kind of dealt so far. 1-2. This one hit high in the air towards the right side. Looks playable. 3 Bucs giving chase, and it's going to be the first baseman, Humphreys, coming on to make the grab for out number 1.
Good battle there. You got a
Now
couple nice
batting
line
for
drives
the
out in front.
Miners,
Millard frustrated with himself,
left
and it
fielder, number
unfortunate
2,
ended that way.
Tyler Akers.
Here comes 9-hole hitter Tyler Akers, who got the first hit of the day for the Miners. Hit a little slooper base hit into the outfield and got things going with 1 out in the top of the 3rd. Chance to do something similar here in the top of the 5th. Fragus first offering, fastball inside for strike 1. Tyler Akers, a guy I mentioned, really, really good at getting on base and just finding a way on. See if he can do that here. This count evens up to the 9-0 hitter for the Miners.
After that single up the middle, that's now 6 straight plate appearances he's reached, going back to 2 games ago.
Let's see if that's the announcer jinx or if he makes it 7 here.
Yeah, my fault in advance.
Shows bunt on the 1-1, fouled off the plate. Be a ball and 2 strikes to Akers, and I think that would have been the 7th straight time he reached had he got that bunt down. I don't care where it was at. If there's anything Tyler Akers is good at, it's putting down a nice bunt and out hustling you.
Right, stole over 20 bags last year.
Fragus ahead to Akers, 1 ball and 2 strikes. His offering warrants a half swing from Akers. He goes down swinging. That's the 2nd out here in the top of the 5th.
My fault.
Yeah, he jinxed it.
Now batting for the Miners.
Gotta say these cool stats though, right?
I know, right?
Like, do you
It's a
jinx or
tricky-
do you get the stat off?
It's a tricky spot. Do you talk about how good a guy is doing, or do you just shut up and let him keep being good and hopefully the people will notice, right?
Right? If you have a really tough coat on and you got a tough fit going and someone points out the ethics of the brand you're wearing, what do? I mean, do you get a fit off? Or do it's a dilemma, right?
Yeah.
And in fact, this is something that maybe Socrates had to deal with back in his day, right? Just maybe in just a slightly different sense, right? Hey, your toga is from unethical origins, man. But it's tough. What do you do?
2 balls and 1 strike to count to Austin Park, who singled and scored the 2nd run of the evening for the Miners back in the top of the 3rd. I think you could just make your own toga ethically.
Yeah, but that goes in a lot of work, and he's too busy coming up with dilemmas and whatnot.
2-1 chopped over the 3rd. Miller's got it and on to first for the 3rd out. Miners go 3 up, 3 down for the 2nd inning in a row. Bucs lead it 3-2 to go to the bottom of the 5th.
27.
New pitcher for the Miners here in the bottom of the fifth. Baker completes 4 innings of work, but now the ball will be handed to Colton Ouellette from Reno, Nevada. I believe I'm saying that right, Nevada. I asked him, I said Nevada or
Yeah,
Nevada?
he got kind of upset. He said, "You don't say Nevada."
Yeah, he definitely didn't like my Texas twist of Nevada or Nevada there. But kid from Linfield, Oregon as his former school, but now headed to Utah Valley in the transfer portal. He'll be leaving the Miners a little bit earlier than anticipated, but he comes in here in the bottom of the fifth looking to hold things down for Matsu. First pitch strike in there to leadoff hitter Ryan Dara.
Did have trouble letting up the free passes in the first game of the season. It was exhibition that they won 14-5 against the Chinooks, but he threw 3 frames.
Dribbler off the end of the back by Dara. He's hustling over towards first. Pearson beats him to the bag. There's one gone here in the bottom of the fifth.
Good job there getting weak contact, but lit up 2 runs on 2 hits, 3 walks, struck out a guy. Those 3 innings.
Now batting for
Couple
the
of pitches, though, and
Bucs,
one out for
number 3,
Colton Ouellette here.
center fielder, AJ Garcia.
Miners trailing the Bucs 3-2. And I believe I have bad news. First pitch to Garcia is going to get through in the right field for a base hit. That also bad news. Babcock bobbles it, but Garcia will stay put. It's a 1-out single. The bad news, the Spurs are leading
Now
by
batting
14.
for the
man.
Anchorage Bucs.
You can go ahead and chalk the
Number
series.
22, first
Nick's
baseman.
got it. Congratulations to New York.
Did you see that graphic and that stat line that
Catcher.
time led through the first 4 games?
Yes.
That the
Yes.
Spurs led 130 minutes, and then the Knicks only,
Yes.
what, 30-something?
Yes.
And they won 3 games. That's, wow. Talk about, hey, teams that win are able to execute, right? I mean,
Garcia on first after the 1-out single. Luke Taylor's up. He's going to hit this one to Park over at short. 6, 4, 3. His foot was off the bag. It'll just be 1 out over at second. They'll get the force. Luke Taylor will reach on the fielder's choice there. So Pearson's foot
Now
came off the bag there on the throw
For the
from
Bucs,
Toe.
number 22, first baseman Carson.
yeah, it's going to be a tough play, so
Humphries.
Toth quickly has to turn his body, right, to throw a seed over to first, and it's just slightly offline. Gets Pearson off the bag. Good job to just get 1 out, though. Good flip over at short by Park.
Carson Humphries digs in now from Northeast Texas College. Also seeing Ouellette for the first time. He's going to get a half swing from Humphries for a first pitch strike. Good job with the off-speed by Ouellette. Good job by Millard blocking that one, keeping it out in front.
And looking at Baker's final line on the day, 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 6 strikeouts. So overall, I think that's another pretty good line, right? Considering the way the game started.
Ouellette's 0-1. Cut on and miss. He's ahead 0-2 to cleanup hitter Carson Humphries here. And there's a bee buzzing right next to the crowd mic. I was
Yeah, I
wondering
can-
what that was.
I can hear it.
Yeah, you better not come in here. I'll take his head off.
Yeah, you already did that. Cartel.
Ouellette's 0-2's outside.
We mean business in here.
I don't play when it comes to these bees, bugs, whatever. The bees don't look like bees here in Alaska. I mean, these
Well, I don't even know if
things-
they are bees.
No, I don't think
No,
they
'cause
are.
At I've seen like in our backyard and whatnot, like there's bees and they're bees. All right, they're fuzzy and cute.
1-2 upstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pollinating flowers and whatnot, doing good things for the environment. While these wasps and hornets, I can't tell them apart, but they're up to no good.
No.
All they're doing is getting in your face. I don't see you pollinating anything, dude.
No.
And they might try to lie to you online and say that they do and that they're crucial pollinators in the environment and their ecosystem. I've never seen them do it. Only bees.
2-2 to Humphries. Millard has trouble with it. He's going to have to throw this one down to second, but in there safely is
Ladies and
Luke
gentlemen,
Taylor.
Stolen Base brought to you by Safe and Sound.
They're gonna give him stolen base. I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's not a stolen base. It's
Good base running. Ball barely trickled away from Millard there, but that was just a great read, I think, by Taylor.
just advance on a ball in the dirt. That's all that is. But, you know, the Bucs are scoring this game. They can score that a stolen base if they choose to just be so biased and do so. Here's the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Runner will get stranded at second for the Bucs. It's 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Olette comes in and does a job. Miners looking to bounce back and get back in this thing. Top of the 6th here in Anchorage. New pitcher for the Bucs after 5 innings. Jonah Fragis' day is done. It's a guy from Hawaii. Honolulu, Hawaii he's from, and then he goes to school in Hawaii as well. He is a Rainbow Warrior. It's Caleb Okada coming into the game for the Anchorage Bucs to hold a 3-2 lead over the Matsu Miners. Okada, junior lefty, standing 5'11", 190 pounds. So he'll see 2, 3, and 4 for the Miners to lead off this top of the 6th inning.
Now, as a junior at Hawaii, only threw about 6 innings, I believe. Right, not a lot of appearances. The success didn't look like on paper right, but he goes to Hawaii, right? That's a Division I school. He has the stuff. So, see what he's working with.
It'll be Jackson Babcock to lead it off for the Matsu Miners. He reached on an error back in the 3rd, got all the way down around to 3rd base, but he was stranded there. First one to him was a breaking ball that misses. Outside for a ball. It's 1-0 to Jackson Babcock.
And the board out there in right field says the Miners have 3 hits, but
Not
I
true.
think they might have. Yeah, they only have 2. Looking to change that, get something going.
You know, there is a good chance they might have scored an error as a hit at some point.
Yeah, but there still is an error up there for the Bucs, but we only have 1. So
No, they just fat fingered. 2-0 to Babcock, fouled off to the left side, out of play. 2 balls and a strike.
That foul ball brought to you by Alaska Restaurant Supply.
But overall for Jonah Fragis, pretty solid day. 5 innings, 2 hits. Struck out 5. Out 0 earned runs.
Babcock fouls off the 2-1 to the same spot. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter here in this top of the 6th. Yeah, I have to say, Fragis only walking 1 guy, did a good job limiting free passes. Made the Miners earn their way on base. 2-2 to Babcock. There's a blooper into center field. Garcia coming on, make a chase. He gets down in front of him. Be a leadoff base hit here in the top of the 6th for Matsu.
There you go, low and away, just poke the bat head at it. Right back up the middle, loop right in front of Garcia, and
center fielder,
leadoff runner here to start the inning, down 1. Perfectly executed.
Matthew Blind steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to short in the 3rd and reached on a walk in the 1st. First one to him is fastball at the chin. Maybe 1-0. So Caleb Okada comes in relief of Jonah Fragus, who only gave up 2 hits. First guy Okada sees, he gives up a hit to Jackson Babcock. Trying to hold on to that 3-2 lead for the Bucs.
Wow.
Just clips the corner somewhere, maybe of the other batter's box to blind. It's a ball and a strike.
They got, hey, head tap ABS. If we get that, probably clip the front left corner, if that. But a gracious strike call there.
1-1 to blind, dribbled over to the first base side and foul. Ball and 2 strikes.
And I don't blame him. He goes right back to it, right? And that forces Babcock to possibly chase outside, and he rolls over on it, right?
Blind trying to get something started for Matsu, trying to climb back in this game. He'll stay alive here. He fouls off the 1-2 pitch to the left side.
Blind has just great opposite field power, too. You saw him line that one over to short on that 6-3 one hopper.
Blind is a bulky guy out of California Baptist. That one runs inside on him. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blind 5'10", 195 pounds, and he just finished his freshman year with the Lancers. Out of the WAC conference, but it's going to change. The WAC and the Athletic Sun Conference are combining. It'll be the UAC, United Athletic Conference. This one skips in front of the catcher, Taylor. Babcock doesn't advance there. Thought he definitely had a chance to possibly get in a scoring position the way that one got so far away from Taylor, but he stays put.
I'm 5'10", but
What?
I weigh about 162. So he's got about 18, 20 pounds on me. It varies, but.
Payoff pitch, high fly ball to the left side. Out of play, we'll do the 3-2 once again. Okada working on Matt Blind here, trying to get his first out in relief for the Bucs. Jackson Babcock led this top of the 6th off with a single to center field. Another kind of bloop hit as Okada tries to sneak one on Babcock over at first unsuccessfully. But of the 3 hits for the Miners, none have really come on hard contact. All bloopers to the shallow parts of the outfield. Blind going to foul another one back. He stays alive here. We'll do the 3-2 another time.
He'll get out of your shoes here.
Lefty on lefty matchup here. Okada's payoff pitch. Half swing from Blind, appeal to the umpire over at second base. He does not go. It's a tough walk worked by Matthew Blind. There's 2 on to lead off this top of the 6th for the Miners.
I don't agree at all to appealing. I know it's just instinct because you saw that he pointed down the first baseline, but I don't agree with appealing past the mound because I guess what are you going off of? If you just saw the barrel, I guess. I mean,
yeah, it's
gritty walk though from Blind there.
It's interesting. Cooper Grace steps in. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of swinging strikeouts as he looks at strike 1 from Okada here. A guy that can certainly do damage right here and flip the script of what that scoreboard says with one swing of the bat. He already has a 2-run home run this season that came last Wednesday. Yanked that one over the left field wall at Herman Brothers Field. So he fouls this 0-1 back to the left side. It'll get out past the stands. It'll be no balls and 2 strikes to Cooper Grace.
I wish they had distance markers out here, right? Dead center down the lines because I would like to compare it to Herman Brothers Field. I asked the Bucs broadcast booth. They didn't know either. So
looks smaller, for sure, especially down the lines. Okada looks over at Babcock at second. 0-2 to Grace. Another swing and a miss. Drops out of the glove at Taylor, but it does not matter. 3 strikeouts on the day for Cooper Grace as he's retired for the first out here in the top of the 6th.
Alexander Pearson.
It's not been a great day so far for Cooper Grace. He'll look to change that next time he comes around. But for now, it's Alexander Pearson stepping in. 2 guys on and 1 out here in this top of the 6th. Miners certainly have a chance to strike. Heart of the order is up. This is the time to tie this ball game or take the lead. But between Grace, Pearson, and Toth, those guys combined for 0 for 6 on the day. Pearson hits this one high over to shallow left field. It's going to be caught by the shortstop, Lanfear, for the second out of the inning.
Leadoff single and walk, right? Just good job from Okada bouncing back.
Now batting for
Getting a
the
swinging
Miners,
strikeout and a first pitch
second
pop-up
baseman,
right there.
number 7,
Attacking the top of the
Diesel.
zone, and
Toth.
Pearson lifts it up. Easy out number 2, and so now they're going to look to Toth to come through here.
It's up to Diesel Toth, who's hit the ball hard both times up. Lined out to center and lined out to left in his 2 plate appearances. He's ahead 1-0 to Okada here. Maybe a guy who's hit the ball so well today, he's due, as some would say. Okada's 1-0, skips in front of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to Diesel Toth. Another Cal Baptist Lancer on this Matsu Minor team. Just 1 of 2 that Matsu has. There have been multiple guys from California Baptist in the past on the minors. Toth looks at an interesting strike 1 there.
A lot of schools that the minors like to reach out to, like Sam Houston, one of them. Always have a Sam Houston guy, and they even had top draft prospect Ryan Peterson from Sam Houston as a minor 2 years ago.
2-1 to Toth. Line shot up the middle. Gets down for a base hit. Babcock's rounded third. He's coming home. There will be no throw. We're all tied up here at Mulkey Stadium in Anchorage at 3.
There you go, getting the job done, and surprised there was no throw home. Garcia went down to a knee to get that ball, kind of, fundamental, stop the ball, don't let it get by you. Just was not going to come up with an attempt towards home, which I thought it would have been close. There you go, coming through, professional hitter, runner in scoring position, 2 outs, just hit it right back up the middle. There you go.
I agree. I assumed that there would have been a throw to get Babcock there. That was shallow in center field and not hit incredibly hard by Toth, though, so it may have died down a little bit once it hit that grass, past that turf part in shallow outfield. But we're all tied up thanks to Diesel Toth, who certainly was due, and he comes through. That brings up Will Godfrey. Or excuse me, that's Cash Millar pinch hitting for Will Godfrey right now. As he looks at ball 1. Hitting against Okada here. Maybe to provide a spark in that 8-hole spot for the Miners.
Batting for the Miners, number 1, Cash Millar.
So get time from the home plate umpire. That ball bounced off the fence and into fair play in left field. Has to be chased down by an Anchorage Buck. So Blind is on second base. Toth on first. 2 Lancers from Cal Baptist on the base paths. So they try to sneak the second baseman, Sheffield, behind Blind and pick him off there to end the inning. Does not work.
Millar on Wednesday, ground out in a beautiful sack bunt. He's got a different job this time, however. About coming through.
He looks at ball 2, heading the count against Okada here. Get time again. This time it's the catcher Taylor calling time to talk to Okada, and we're going to get a mound visit for the Bucs. Certainly not getting pulled here, I'd imagine, in the middle of an at-bat with 2 outs, but try to calm Okada down. Definitely don't want to walk him for Will Millard, who's on deck.
Now the real question is, Cash Millar, does he beat out everyone else on the team for tightest pants?
I would probably say yeah.
Those are one unorthodox move away from being ripped up the seams, I think.
Those are so tight you could see the
During this
outline of
visit,
his sliding shorts.
And his socks
Get out there, red
and
ticket number.
everything else,
You got
unfortunately.
a Beartooth Theater Pub.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good, huh?
Coming your way. That number
PA
is
announcer was speaking gibberish.
065
I don't know what I couldn't make out what he was saying.
065
Some sort of company. That's the company's fault, right?
You're the big winner.
You know what? I would put a lot of money on Millar having tightest pants here.
He's ahead, 2 balls and a strike to Okada here. Chance to take the lead for Matt Sue. Looks at ball 3. Certainly does his job as a pinch hitter if he draws a walk and loads him up.
See, he thought about that outside fastball because that's his pitch too. That's the pitch he says he looks for is that outer third fastball.
3-1. Blowing inside for ball 4. And that right there is a job done well by Cash Millard to load the bases here with two-way for Will Millard.
There you go. Come in, right? You're in a big situation, leading run on second, 2 outs, but you don't get out of your shoes, don't go chasing. Right, stayed in the zone, and now he's on first. Pass the baton now.
So Okada comes in relief of Jonah Fragus, who did a pretty solid job. Kept his Bucs in the game, and matter of fact, they had the lead coming into the top of the 6th. Miners have changed that. This one hit off the hands over towards second, flipped over to the bag for the force out. Number 3. Miners load the bases. They strand all 3 of them here in the top of the 6th, but not before an RBI single from Diesel Toth to tie this thing up as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th here in Anchorage. Colton Ouellette back out there for his second inning of work. Face 5, 6, 7 of this Anchorage Bucs order. Back in the top of the 6th, the Miners tied it up at 3 after a Diesel Toth RBI single to score Jackson Babcock. Miners did leave the bases loaded though. Regardless, it's all knotted up at 3. Cash Millar pinch hit for Will Godfrey, which puts Cash Millar now at second base. Diesel Toth moves from second to third. Godfrey has moved to the bench for now. His first pitch, swinging strike to Hayden Miller. Reach on hit by pitch back in the bottom of the 3rd his last time up. Another swing and a miss. Quickly headed is Ouellette now. 0-2 to Hayden Miller.
And I'm curious because we got word that Utah Valley was saying, hey, you got to shut this guy down. But here he is, so I wonder what the conditions were maybe.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 3 pitches. Sits down Hayden Miller for the first strikeout here in the bottom of the 6th.
Back-to-back Ks now for Ouellette. Looks like he's feeling himself.
Luke McLeod.
It's always good to lead off a inning with a 3-pitch strikeout. Gets the confidence up.
Luke McLeod digs in now for the Anchorage Bucs. Looks at the first pitch ball from Ouellette.
But what might help him, right, is those 2 separate fastballs he has. He throws a 2-seam as his main fastball and then has a 4-seam. Both. He throws about pretty much the same velo. So he can be confusing for batters, right? Don't know if it's going to stick or if it's going to tail. And that slider and changeup too. 4-pitch mix.
Ouellette now behind 2 balls and no strikes to Luke McLeod. That one's going to be hit on a line over towards right field. Going to get down, though, for a base hit in front of Jackson Babcock. It's a 1-out knock for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 6th.
There you go. Just staying on playing with it.
For the Anchorage Bucs.
Good knock there.
Number 17, shortstop.
But now if you're Ouellette, you want to do what
Linfield.
Baker did a couple times, was just get a routine ground out. Or a routine grounder, excuse me, to the middle infield. Maybe try to turn 2 yet again.
Now with the runner on first and 1 out, Caden Lamphere steps in, looks at a first pitch strike. Colton Ouellette had to check what conference Utah Valley was in. They're in the Big West, though. I almost thought for a second they were in the new conference of UAC with Cal Baptist and those cats in North Alabama, but not true. I thought wrong. That one off the end of the bat. Going to be stepped on first by Pearson, on to second, not in time. Or did that go foul? It definitely did bounce foul, but looks like they called it fair. That's the 2nd out of the inning.
Yeah, no, so originally the first couple of bounces were foul, but the spin that the ball had on it made it bounce fair right in front of Pearson, so he's able to just easily step on the bag. So good read from Pearson there, being aware.
Yeah, it went from foul to fair by the time Pearson got to it. Good enough for 2nd out of the inning. Lucas Perez, the DH, steps in for Anchorage now. Another swing and a miss. Ouellette's able to get a buck to whiff on. He's been very efficient in terms of getting hitters a struggle to get good contact against him. I'd argue even that McLeod single wasn't hit all that hard. The 0-1. Another breaker. Warrants a swing and a miss.
That slider looks gnarly from up here. That went from middle of the plate to halfway to the other batter's box.
Ouellette looking for his 3rd strikeout of the night and a stranded runner in scoring position right here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-2 offering. Dribbled off the end of the bat. This one going to be picked up by Millard and thrown over to first for the 3rd out. That one toying with the foul line as well, but Colton Ouellette gets out of it, strands a runner for the Bucs. As we go to the 7th here, all knotted up. We've hit the back 3rd in Anchorage.
At the end of 6, we're tied up.
New pitcher for the Bucs here in the top of the 7th. It's Carl Colavecchio coming in relief of Caleb Okada, who only went 1 inning. But Colavecchio, the left-hander, standing 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Feather River Community College. He's a local, though, from right here in Anchorage, Alaska. Just finished up his sophomore season this spring. So he'll face 9-1-2 of the minor lineup here to kick off this back third. We're all knotted up at 3. Always seems like it's a good one between these two ball clubs. First one to Tyler Akers misses. Low and outside for ball 1.
Good job, first pitch of the inning. Looked like a changeup below the knees. Good job not going chasing there.
1-0 from Colavecchio in there for strike 1 to Tyler Akers.
But so far, from what we've seen first 3.5 games, I would say if you want someone leading off an inning, this is the guy.
In that 9 spot, he's been in that 1 spot already this season. He'll fall behind a ball and 2 strikes, though, to the Anchorage local.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs there. First one he took, second one just way behind. Gonna have to make the adjustment.
1-2. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Akers here to lead off this top of the 7th.
They did a beautiful slider there, too, in a 1-2 count. Barely missed off the after third.
Colavecchio's 2-2. Called strike 3 to Akers. An absolute disbelief. There's 1 gone in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I think with 2 strikes, you're just going to have to protect. Kind of close, and we're kind of off at a off angle to the left, right, so it can't see the inner third for lefties as well as the outer third, but I think you just got to protect the plate there.
Austin Park digs in. Looks at the first pitch. Ball. Park is 1 for 3 on the day. Singled back in the third, came around to score. And how about that sweet bacon? Should I say Tuesday? Aerial mapping. Looks about 320 down the lines, 350 in the alleys, and 400 center field. You know, our first day here, I mean, we hadn't even made it to Palmer yet. We came straight from the Anchorage airport to this ball field to pick up all the baseballs for the summers for the minors, right? They were delivered here. And we looked, there was a high school game going on here. They had moved the fence up, I'm 100% sure.
Yeah.
Because it looked to be about 370 to dead center, maybe.
I was saying 350.
Yeah, it was really short. And we were like, no way it's going to be like that when, you know, ABL play starts, right? High school baseball was still going on. State championships just wrapped up last weekend.
Well, that wouldn't make any sense. Like, I don't know how they would move the fence, but, like, it did not look this deep when we were first here.
No.
I'm 100% sure.
And, I mean, we were up here on the press box level looking at it. I mean, it looks further now. 400, man, I don't know. 2-2 to Park gets away. Wild pitch there. Counter run full to Austin Park. There's 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. Jackson Babcock is on deck. Matthew Blinds in the hole. Payoff pitch. Gets away for ball 4. Colavecchio gives up his first base runner of the evening.
There you go, Park. On for the second time tonight.
Sorry for that technical difficulty. We missed that
At
last
the
batter,
4th
but
walk
now
of the
back
day
for the Miners,
for
right fielder
the
number
Bucs
9,
pitching staff.
Jackson Babcock.
So Jackson Babcock digging in. He led off that top of the 6th inning with the single and came around to score the tying run. Part of the reason of how we got here. He's reached twice tonight. First one to him almost hits him. He moves out of the way of it, though. It's a ball and no strikes. It's Jackson Babcock out of the Colorado School of Mines.
You mentioned through the first 3 games, too. He has 6 RBIs, but those 2 runs scored on his plate appearance, that error in the third. Now, he doesn't get credited with the RBIs, right? But anytime he's up, dudes find a way to come across and score.
Babcock from League City, Texas, the greater Houston area. 2-0 upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes to Jackson Babcock. Colavecchio here at risk of letting back-to-back guys on via the free pass.
If I'm Babcock here, I'm just straight taking.
3-0 outside 4-pitch walk for Babcock. Runners on first and second with one away.
There you go. Super easy walk
Now
there.
batting
3-0
for the
way
Miners,
upstairs,
center
but
fielder number 13, Matt Blind.
Blind, who's already reached twice, both times via the free pass. We'll have to do it again, right? Go ahead, run on second, only one out.
First one to Blind upstairs. Another ball. 6 straight balls from Colavecchio. May even have been 7. I mentioned before Babcock was walked, there were only 3 walks between Fragus and Okada. And now walks 4 and 5 come right here as Colavecchio enters the game in relief in the top of the 7th in a tie ball game. And that's another ball. If we were in Aggie land right now, it would be ball like 8 just being roared throughout the crowd right now.
That chant was electric. When I went back and listened to it, we're trying to talk right at a normal level, and that crowd noise was drowning us out. That would be electric up here.
Both runners take off. Throw down the third. Not going to be in time. It's a double steal for the Miners, and now they're both in scoring position.
Wow. Super risky, right? Trying to steal third, one out. You don't necessarily need to, and able to pull it off there. Great jump by Park.
Of course, Babcock takes off as well. Puts him at second. Infield comes in. Toes on the grass for the Bucs. 2-1 to Blind. Almost hits him in on the hands. 3 balls and 1 strikes to the 3-hole hitter for the Miners, who now also, again, only 5 walks so far on the day for the Bucs. Walks 4 and 5 have come back to back. Blind has 2 of those 5 walks today that have allowed him to reach. This one hit high into the air into the alleyway. Going back is Dara. He'll get under it. He'll make the play for the second out of the inning. Tagging up is Babcock. Park tags up as well. He scores with no throw. Blind does his job. Miners take the lead. It's 4-3.
There you go, doing your job, right? 3-1, you don't get too much out of your shoes. You just stay on playing with it, hit a deep fly ball, get the job done, and take that lead. Extra insurance now, just 90 feet away.
Now batting for the
Colavecchio
Miners,
comes in and surrenders the go-ahead run here in the top of the
number
7th.
5, Blake Yahweh.
Going to be a pinch hitter for Cooper Grace, who was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Now, local kid versus local kid. Blake Yowett digging in for the Miners, and he's almost hit here. That's the 3rd or 4th time that Colavecchio's almost hit somebody.
And talking about there's only been 5 walks, right? Well, it surprises us back on Wednesday if you weren't watching that game. There was over 20 combined free passes, right? It's a lot of pitches outside the zone.
Yowett looks at strike 1. Jackson Babcock 90 feet away over at third. It's the 2nd time. Actually, 3rd time that he's made it to third. He got stranded at third back in the top of the 3rd inning, though. He scored the tying run back in the 6th inning. Now a chance to be much needed insurance for the Miners here in the top of the 7th. One-two to Yowett. Called strike 3, and eventually Colavecchio gets out of it, but not before the Miners strike. Matthew Blind puts the Miners out in front with the sacrifice fly to score Austin Park. 4-3 Matt Sue. We head to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Anchorage. We've stretched here in Anchorage as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th. Colton Olette still out there. And let's talk about just guys on the minors that just so happen to play 2 sports at once. Talked about Tyler Akers
Now batting
at
for
East
the
Central
Anchorage
University in
Bucs, number
Oklahoma.
18.
He plays football and baseball. Colton Olette did the same as well at Linfield University. Played his freshman year as a linebacker in football along with baseball. Now, Olette has played his sophomore season at Linfield as well. Mentioned he's headed to Utah Valley to continue his baseball career elsewhere. And Olette's brother, his older brother Matt, was an all-conference D2 left guard in South Dakota. And if I'm not mistaken, South Dakota, I believe they have moved up to the Division I ranks. As a school, a lot of schools have been moving up as of late. 9-1-2, due up in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch strike from Olette to get things underway.
Is it which South Dakota's the green and yellow? Is that South Dakota State? I think
That's
they're the
North
ones.
Dakota State.
Oh, that's North Dakota State, right?
Now in
Is
the
it?
Mountain West, or FBS.
I might have to look this up.
It is, I'm not lying.
The Dakota. I mean, I'm already a firm believer that Dakotas don't need to be 2 different Dakotas, right? I think they can just be 1 Dakota.
Finn Leach is the pinch hitter for Andrew Sheffield here in the bottom of the 7th. He's down 0-2 to Olette. That one going to skip way in front of the plate and off the mask of Millard. It'd be a ball and 2 strikes. So Finn Leach here out of Arizona State University, one of a few Bucs that come from Tempe, Arizona. Leach just finished his freshman season, plays short and second. Standing 6'1", 195 pounds. Trying to provide a spark here. Sheffield was 0 for 2 so far on the day, so Bucs decided to go with someone else. Try to find a spark in Leach as they trail 4-3 to the Miners. Here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, see, we're right. Division 1 for FCS.
South Dakota?
South Dakota, yeah.
Yeah, I believe.
For FCS, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing them play ball and had moved up.
Yeah, then South Dakota State is the Jackrabbit, so I had them mixed up.
Yeah, blue and yellow.
Blue and yellow, and then yellow and green, right? That's how I differentiate them, right?
And then North Dakota, they're just green and white. Remember watching North Dakota, they made the FCS playoffs. They played their 2nd round game at Stephenville against the Tarleton State Texans. It was a crazy game. Saw a dude from North Dakota get in a fight with some students and get arrested in front of me. 2-2, shot over to first. Pearson gloves it, flips it over to first. Olette's got it. That's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Great awareness, too, from Olette, because you don't have a lot of time. That ball was smoked to get over to first, but he's on it, and
Now batting,
we're in
for the
PFP City.
Anchorage Bucs,
That's what I like to hear.
right fielder, number
From
8,
one Sun Devil to
Ryan
another, Finn
Dara.
Leach retired on the ground out to Pearson over at first. Now Ryan Dara, the leadoff man, stands in. He's 1 for 2, but reached base twice. Tripled in the first, came around to score, then reached on a walk in the 3rd, and came around to score. That was the last run to score for the Bucs. Olette's first offering, high for ball 1.
And overall, Olette just looks way more settled in than his first outing because it probably had been a month since he had thrown in a live game, right? And he had just gotten up to Alaska. But, yeah, he looks a lot better here.
Down 1-0 to Dara. This one skips in front of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff hitter for the Anchorage Bucs.
And also what I noticed, too, his slider looks like it moves a bit more than it did the first outing. But it could just be the angle that we're at.
Whew, that was it right there.
Whew,
That slider just misses inside.
if that. That was a very good 2-0 pitch.
That one had a lot of break on it, especially late. 3-0, hitter down the middle. Olette back in it here to Dara. It's Finn Leach, the guy who just grounded out to first, heading to the bullpen for the Bucs. Maybe to go get looses. It'll be a five-pitch walk to Ryan Dara. He'll reach. He'll be the first runner for the Bucs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, the Bucs broadcasters, one from Georgia, one from Arizona State, they were telling me they
Now
do have a lot of
batting
two-way
for the
guys.
Anchorage Bucs.
And
Number
he was
3,
kind of saying how
outfielder,
annoyed he was with Presto
A.J.
Sports because you can't put a
Garcia.
guy at DH and a pitcher or hitting at and a pitcher. You can't basically do two-way guys, so you have to go back and edit it. So sounds frustrating.
Let's hope we don't run into that issue because minors have
Probably will.
some guys like that as well. First pitch strike to A.J. Garcia here.
Alette might have gotten the call there. Close enough, though. Probably a great frame job there from Millard.
Home plate umpire might have owed him one after that slider they didn't get called a strike on the hands of Dara. That one's a slider ripped down the first baseline, but foul. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Garcia.
Good job to bounce back, too. Walk a guy and then immediately get ahead 0-2. Tell us to try the Anchorage reindeer dog, but I don't know if it was bumping at all today.
At Colony Days in Palmer, there was reindeer dogs at some food trucks this morning. 4 went that opportunity, 4-1. Runner takes off for second. Millard's throw, not in time. Dara's in safely with his second stolen base of the night.
Yeah, looks like a delayed steal there. Caught Millard off guard there a little bit. You saw him stand up to throw the ball back, and with that late takeoff, look, beautiful throw there. Saw Park was late getting to the bag, but yeah, just couldn't get the tag down in time.
Definitely very, very close over at second, but now a guy in scoring position with 1 out. Double play has been taken out of effect here. 2-2 to Garcia. Called strike 3. Got him looking. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. And that's the 3rd for Olette tonight.
The backdoor slider. Just absolutely beautiful.
Now batting for the Anchorage Bucs, catcher
Luke
number
Taylor
7,
steps in now
Taylor.
with 2 away. Olette trying to strand a guy in scoring position here. This is the 4th inning of work, for Olette here. No, I was right the first time. It is the 3rd. Beg your pardon. Chance to strand someone for the 3rd straight inning, though. That's going to hit him on the elbow guard. Taylor will reach here. He'll be on first with 2 gone.
Now LeBron's going to ask if that even hit the elbow guard, but it sounded like it got the wood. That's in it.
Worthy of a conversation here.
I mean, that was a loud little crack.
Yeah. I know the mold is really tough on those elbow guards, right? But we'll see. There's going to be an appeal here.
I mean, I don't know how you can overturn that unless it was so obvious from behind the mound.
Yeah. Appeal will not be overturned here. So it will be a hit by pitch by Olette. Taylor will reach first. Runners on first and second with 2 gone here, bottom of the 7th. Bucs trying to knot this one up or take the lead here after the Miners snagged it back in the top of the 7th. Miner Cash Millar is in it. Second base. Toth moved from second to third. Will Godfrey is out from third base and in the dugout now. First pitch runs in on Hayden Miller for ball 1. Carson Humphreys, the 4-hole hitter, who has an RBI back in the first, hit into a double play that did score a run for the Bucs in that 2-run first inning. Olette looks at second. His 0-1 offering. Fastball over the plate for strike 1. So San Antonio Spurs lead 51-41 with 9.5 minutes left in the 3rd. I just have a bad feeling about them holding a lead.
It's only 41-51?
Yeah, in the 3rd.
Dudes can't hit shots tonight, huh?
Oh, looking like me out there, probably.
Put me out there.
1-1. Called strike 2. Humphreys in disagreement with the home plate umpire there. Good off-speed pitch by Olette.
What a combo. Backdoor 2-seam and then the slider on the outer 3rd. Gets you right ahead in the count.
Let double take at second. His 1-2 hit over off the end of the bat towards first. Pearson flips it to Olette, and that's the third out of the inning. As the Bucs strand 2. Olette does his job, keeps the Miners out in front. It's 4-3 as we go to the 8th. Top of the 8th here. Miners lead at 4-3. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up. Pearson, Toth, and Millar for the Miners.
Alexander Pearson.
Carl Colavecchio comes back out for a second inning of work.
If you're Pearson, just want to have a better plate appearance than your last time up in the 6th. First pitch pop up.
You're going to swing and a miss at a first pitch curveball from Colavecchio. Pearson 0 for 3 on the day. Strikeout, ground out, and a pop out. Sees another off-speed pitch, lays off. Ball and a strike. Pearson will lead off this top of the 8th. One called strike on the outer part. Ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned this is another one of those good ones between the Bucs and the Miners, asking LeBron before the game, you know, I assume the Bucs, it's always close with these guys, huh? He said, yeah, I mean, you know, over the years, the 8 years I've been here, they've always been one of the tougher teams that we face year in and year out for the most part. Glacier Pilots had a good run as well, but these guys have always provided some trouble or provided the most competition overall. 2-2 to Pearson. Ripped on a line to first. Is going to get away from Humphreys. Pearson's digging for 2. And he'll be in there with the throw, but he stands in with a leadoff double here in the 8th.
There you go. That ball was smoke, and it takes a weird hop right in front of Humphreys over at first and gets away into the
Now batting for the Miners.
foul territory in right field.
Second
And
baseman, number
Pearson
7,
on his horse, able to get there.
Toth.
Good job. Miners are going to need some insurance.
That
I'm
one
giving that a double.
hit hard to Humphreys over at first. Shirley scored a hit. That one a tough play for him. I wouldn't give him an error on that, but then sneaks away from him and just kind of into no man's land. Toth steps in. This one's going to be hit hard to center field. Garcia going back. He makes a grab. Pearson's tagging from second. Throw from the cutoff man to third is not in time. Pearson moves up 90 feet. And that's a solid at-bat there from Toth.
Another line out, that his third of the day, but good recognition from Pearson, able to get back to second quickly, noticing that Garcia is actually making the catch on the run towards right center, so it's going to be a
Now
tough play
batting
for him and
for the
able to get up
Miners,
90 feet to third.
Number 1, Cash Millar.
Guy who appeared back in the 6th, Cash Millar, reached on a walk in his first plate appearance of the evening. Steps in here with Pearson. 90 feet away. Looks at ball one.
Come through here, kid, with your tight pants.
Infield in for the Bucs here. Trying to keep this a one-run ball game and hold Pearson over at third. That one chest high on Millard. 2 balls and no strikes.
So far, 2 plate appearances. Hasn't chased out of the zone yet. I don't want to say yet, but so far, great composure.
2-0 to Millard. Big wave and a miss.
Had to talk, didn't I?
Keep on jinxing it, man.
Yeah, that's actually.
Ben Cameron.
At what point is it not a coincidence?
Ben Cameron, don't say a word challenge. 2-1 half swing from Millard. Tries to appeal down to first, but there's no umpire there. And finally, they look at second. Umpire says safe. No swing from Millard. I think that's kind of an advantage for hitters in the ABL if there is a game where there's only 2 umpires and just 1 in the field. 3-1 to Cash, inside part of the plate. Called strike 2, runs full. The sophomore out of Temple Junior College. Son of Kevin Millar, former big leaguer. Co-host of Intentional Talk. Goes down swinging, strike 3. Colavecchio able to get the second out of the inning here. That is second strikeout of the night.
For the Miners, number 19, catcher, Will Millard.
A-hole hitter digs in for the Miners. Catcher, Will Millard. Looks at strike 1. Breaking ball just cut in that front corner of the plate. Millard subtly shakes his head in agreement, understanding how that could be called a strike. That 0-1 apparently clips the outside corner for strike 2. I feel like being right on top of the plate, we have a decent view at it, but
Yeah, we definitely do.
I don't know. The home plate umpire's a little bit closer than myself. 0-2 skied high into the air. It foul ground towards the Miners dugout. Couple of Bucs give chase. That one lands out of play.
That foul ball brought
So
to
since
you
you
by
jinx someone, you just don't want to
EDC
talk
Alaska.
anymore. or what?
Yeah. That's actually what I was thinking.
Come on, man. Don't be
You know,
a Debbie Downer.
It's technically TV, right? At this point, I know we're used to doing radio. You don't always have to talk. Let the visuals work.
Oh, 2 skips in front of the plate for ball 1 to Millard. Tyler Akers is on deck. Austin Park in the hole here. Miners trying to add some insurance in this top of the 8th inning.
Would be huge for Millard to come through, though. 0 for 3 on the night.
This one hit over to the right side. It gets through the hole for a base hit.
There we go.
Pearson comes around to score. Millard's got a 2-out RBI single. Make it 5-3, Matsu in the 8th.
Anti-jinx? I don't know.
Yeah, I like the no talking. It might work.
Well, I did say he got to come through, and he did.
Now batting for the Miners.
Good, knocked the
left
other way
fielder,
there.
Number 2, Tyler Akers.
9 spot, Tyler Akers. Come up here. 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Colavecchio checks on Millard over at first. He's back with a dive. So far, the 2 league games for the Miners have been a lot lower scoring than the non-league contests. Put up 14 last Friday, Chukiak, and then on Wednesday put up 10 against the Chinooks in Palmer. So 24 runs in those 2 games, and then the league game last Saturday only scored 1 run and only have 5 today, but 5 right now seems to be enough for the Miners to get that first league win of the year. This count will go to 1-1 to Tyler Akers here.
They will play another non-league tomorrow, too. Anchorage All-Star Adult League. That'll be fun.
Yeah, tune into that. I mean, probably going to be a pretty lax day at Herman Brothers Field, and especially in the press box.
Just let me get a burger.
Yeah. 1-1 goes to Akers' head. He ducks. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very relaxed day playing a adult league. I would assume that the younger and current college athletes, Matsu Miners, would come away with the win in that one, but I think it'll be interesting.
I'd like to get LeBron's thoughts on them playing that game.
Yeah.
Right, you got to Miners want to play 40 games, right? You can only play 36 league games. They want to play 40 so they can, 20 home games, right? I think that's in the sales department, right? But interesting.
Yeah, Anchorage Adult League
Should be very fun, though.
at 4 Alaska Daylight Time tomorrow at Herman Brothers Field.
Leave it up.
2-2 just misses to Akers. Bucs fans not happy about it. It runs full here. Top of the 8, 2 outs. Will Millard is on first base after the RBI single to score Alexander Pearson to make it a 5-3 game. Millard takes off, fouled straight back out of play. We'll do it again.
Is that a seagull that came flying past?
Yeah. I don't think that's the first one we've seen either today.
That I've seen, at least. I do forget Anchorage is on the ocean, right? Just because we can't see it from here.
Colafecchio trying to get out of it, only allowing 1 run. Payoff pitch, ball 4. Akers will reach. Back-to-back guys on for the Miners.
Just gets on.
Now batting for the
Yeah.
Miners,
Let me hit the point.
shortstop.
Gets on
Number
base.
11, Austin Burke.
I feel like I've heard that line before in some famous baseball movie.
He just gets on.
Yeah, he just gets on base. It's not coming to me, Like, I think I came up with the term, actually.
Like, are you serious? You think you've heard that in a movie? Or
I was being sarcastic.
all right, I was gonna say, a movie that would make sense is like Moneyball.
Yeah, you know what?
Look, this guy hit 211, right? But we can get him for $100K cheaper than this guy, and he just gets on base.
I can get him for 5 elixir.
Thank you.
This now the visit and pitching change.
It'll be a pitching
Is a
change
call to the
for the Bucs.
Pepsi
It'll be a call to the
bullpen.
bullpen. Austin Park will be due up with Millard on second and Akers on first. We'll have that new pitcher when we get back here in Anchorage. Pitching change for the Bucs. You may have heard over the PA speakers. Number 21, Sammy Funk, comes in relief of Carl Colafecchio, who kind of struggled in the 7th and struggled some more in the 8th. And Sammy Funk, the 6'1" right-hander, standing 195 pounds from Wilmington, Carolina,
Still in the box.
from LA Harbor College.
For the Miners, number 11
Redshirt
shortstop,
sophomore
Austin
season just
Park.
concluded for Funk.
What a-
F-U-N-K, Funk.
What a name, though. Funk.
Uptown
I like
Funk
it.
you up.
I like it.
First pitch to Austin Park upstairs for ball one. Will Millard. He's on second after an RBI single 2 hitters ago to score Alexander Pearson, and Tyler Akers is on first base. A 9-0 hitter who just reached on a walk that led to Colavecchio being yanked out of this ball game. 1-0 inside, but called strike one. Ball and a strike to Park here from kid out of BYU. Park, guy, and I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet. And maybe you did. A guy who was a ballroom dancer until he was 12. Austin Park, that is. He's going to foul back to 1-1.
I think we did mention it opening night in that first exhibition game. But since then, yeah, no, we haven't mentioned it yet. Just in case if you missed it.
Yeah, and Park, not only does he the ballroom dancer till he was 12, according to his parents, watched the movie Wicked in theaters about 15 times?
15,
was that the number we saw?
15 plus times now. I went and watched that movie with the girlfriend, right, and it was good. Haven't watched the second one, but the first one was good, but 15 times, man.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever watched Wicked, to be honest with you.
It was good. Like I mentioned, haven't seen the second one. First one was good. But once or twice I feel like would be enough for me.
Hey, some things you just can't get enough of. For me, a movie I can't get enough of, Dazed and Confused. It's Park shoots one down the left field line, but foul. We'll do the 2-2 once again.
Trying to think of a movie that
It's
I would watch
almost-
that many times in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like in a
Yeah, like
short
you have to-
span. Like not in a lot. I'm not a big rewatcher, but over the years, a movie that I always rewatch would be one. Remember the Titans, right? That might be it. I might watch a Disney princess movie
That's not
every now and then, right? There's a lot of good ones.
2-2 low. Count runs full to Austin Park. Yeah, I'd say a movie that I can never get enough of is Dazed and Confused. I mean, something special about that movie. Really jealous I didn't experience life like that.
That's the one Tim Lincecum in, right?
What?
Right?
Payoff.
Or is that a different one?
High fly ball in foul ground. Miller trying to make the play, and he gloves it for out number 3. So Funk comes in and strands a couple of minors on the base pass. But Matsu adds one more. It's 5-3. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Anchorage down to their final 6 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Down to their final 6 outs.
Third baseman.
Are the
number
Anchorage
20,
Bucs. Miners lead at
Hayden
5-3.
Miller.
As Miller will dig in here to lead off this bottom of the 8th. Colton Ouellette still out there. His 4th inning of work through 3. He's given up no runs. Struck out 3, walked 1 guy. Been kind of humming it in there so far.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, in his second inning of work, just looks way more collected in his second appearance than his first one in the first game of the season.
1-0, fouled straight back. Ball on a strike.
But I think the main pitch, too, has just been that slider. I mean, it's lets him go to his fastball a lot more often. Sliders looked really, really good from up here.
1-1 to Miller. Just outside for a ball. It's the wind. There's a flag over in left field. It's just barely being cut off by the camera there, but it's blowing out towards that left field foul pole. Not too hard. The American flag on top of the Alaska flag is laying down right on top of it. Count now. Even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hayden Miller. Ouellette looking for strikeout number 4 on the evening. We're just the first out here in this bottom of the 8th. We'll await one more pitch for that result after the foul ball. And Pearson no longer in the game for the Miners. It's Canyon Millar moved over into first.
Yeah, he's got some tight pants, too.
It's just got to be a Millar thing, I guess, huh? 2-2, got him looking. Call it strike 3. Make that 4 punchies for Ouellette.
Now batting for the
Beautiful
Anchorage
stuff.
Bucs.
The reason why he's got 4 already.
Left fielder, number 27, Luke McLeod.
So on that right side of the infield, you got Canyon Millar at first and Cash Millar over at second. Diesel Toth, he moved from second to third when Millar entered the game at second. So Diesel Toth over at third base and Austin Park still at shortstop.
There's got to be a welcome rug at that house, man, that tight pants only. I'd rock with it because I used to rock tight pants. Not that tight, but I'd switch on and off, year on, year off.
You know, I imagine it's like it's something that's grown in popularity to, like, you know, the younger guys as like a thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you have those legs, might as well show them off, right? But I just think it's funny the 2 brothers have the 2 tightest pants.
Yeah. I mean, even back in the day, guys did wear tight pants. Don't get me wrong. Right? It's definitely actually kind of an old school look to wear tight pants and have them just a little bit short above the ankle.
Yeah.
Have the socks showing up or like the low stirrups.
If I'm correct, I believe it was like big in the 80s and 90s, and then it kind of fell off for a bit, and so that's why people think it might be a new thing, just because it was gone for just a short while.
Looking at some photos, Kevin Millar their dad didn't really wear tight pants like that.
Yeah. When he played, it wasn't in fashion. I don't think.
There are a couple of photos where they do look a little tight, but that may be because he's mid-swing, you know, being stretched. But yeah, I didn't really wear tight pants, so definitely don't get it from Pops.
Might be an Austin thing. I know a lot of guys.
Yeah. McLeod runs the count 4 to Ouellette here, with 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Ouellette's working really well in relief. He's only the 2nd pitcher for the Miners in this contest. High fly ball to the right side. Could be playable. Both Millars giving chase as well as Babcock. It'll be the second baseman, Cash Millar, squeezing it in foul territory for the 2nd out of the inning.
That was some distance Cash Millar had to run for, right? So the fact he's able to make that catch on the run over the shoulder, kind of shifting back on his left shoulder too. Great play there.
Shortstop, number 17.
And Ouellette is just rolling
Captain
along too. If he's able to get this guy, I say let him have the 9th too.
Both Millar brothers and Jackson Babcock, hats flew off en route to chase that one down. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. Wind's not blowing that hard, but it shows you they had to go run to get it. His first one fouled off by Camden Landfear. 0-1 to him. And yeah, I agree. Ouellette, way he's rolling. Pitch count should be right about at 50 right now. Right, it's 42 entering this inning. Beautiful off speed for strike 2. And
Slider right there. That's where that 2-seam works for you, because you might think, hey, you get a 2-seam fastball that's going to tail inside for a ball in on your hands, but This time you get a slider, runs right over the middle of the plate, but you're not expecting it.
Does look like Matsu does have a guy kind of up in the bullpen. I'd expect a closer just to come out, just for the sake of it. Get another guy in there to throw, but see what happens. 0-2. Just fouled off. Lanphier stays alive here. He's reached twice on the day. Only made it to first, singled in the second, reached on an error in the fourth. Got caught up in a double play in that fourth inning. Well, that's 0-2. Dribbled on the third base side and foul. We'll do it again. As whatever. Somebody pressed the wrong button because there's not 3 strikes and there's not 3 outs just yet. Somebody might be manifesting failure for their own team right now. Call strike 3. That's 2 backward Ks in the inning for Olette. 3 up, 3 down, go to the Bucs. 5-3 Miners will go to the 9th. Top of the 9th. And for the Miners, it's 2, 3, and 4 due up. And new pitcher for the Anchorage Bucs, John Carlson, just finished up his freshman season at California Baptist University. The righty stands 6'3", 230 pounds, out of Valencia, California. He will be getting ready to face one of his former or current teammates, that is, in Matthew Blind, who should be on deck due to hit second in this inning.
Number 9, right fielder Jackson Babcock.
Be the second time tonight that we've seen current or former teammates square off against each other, pitcher and hitter, that is. Jackson Baker, starting pitcher for the Matsu Miners, got a couple at-bats against Luke Taylor, the catcher of the Anchorage Bucs, both teammates at Long Beach State.
You know, I think, excuse me, Carlson, I think he's trying to get that tight pants in the tight pants conversation, but you're not fooling me. You're just a thicker guy. I see the fold marks below the knees right there. If they were actually really that tight, there would be no fold marks, I'd say.
Yeah.
Baggy marks, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Extra pant, I should say. No need for extra pant.
1-0 to Babcock. That one hit on line over towards second. Gloved by the second baseman, Sheffield, and nice coverage of first by Carlson for the first out here in the top of the 9th.
The old classic 4-1 putout.
Now batting for the Miners, center fielder, number 13, Matt
Now here comes Carlson's teammate, Matt Blind. So far on the day, he's 0 for 1, couple of walks, and a sac fly RBI back in the 7th. It tied this thing up, or actually gave the Miners the lead, excuse me. Counted as the go-ahead RBI. Now that leads 5-3 for the Miners. Doesn't seem too necessary the way the pitching staff, or Colton Ouellette, has been dealing for Matsu, but, you know, insurance run would not hurt whatsoever. There's an arm warming in that Miner bullpen, so probably see someone other than Ouellette here in that bottom of the ninth to get those final 3 outs to secure league win number 1 for the Miners. That would be 2 straight league wins for the Miners coming against the Anchorage Bucs if you count last year's top of the world championship. Another ground ball to Sheffield. Over to first for out number 2. And Carlson gets the best of his teammate Matthew Blind. There's 2 gone in the ninth.
Now batting for the Miners, number 5, Blake
So
Yowick.
baseball pants, whole new fashion thing. Sweet Bacon likes the leggings of the 80s, 90s. So many different types of ways to style the pants nowadays. Me personally, Jackson Babcock, Blake Yowick, they wear pants the right way. I love the short pant look. That was my preference. Me personally, though, I would throw the stirrups in there.
I actually wore them all types of ways, right? One year I wore above the knees. One year I wore like around the ankle, like band around the ankle, you know. And then another year I wore baggy, and another year I wore stirrups. So I've actually done them all. Very versatile.
I wasn't all for the just worrying about accessories or anything like that. Just wasn't as important to me.
This guy.
Really wasn't, dude. It was all about just playing ball. I really didn't feel like I had the time to think about or worry about that stuff. As long as I was comfortable in what I was wearing, I was fine.
I didn't have accessories on either, other than maybe a necklace, you know.
1-2 to Yowick. Hit over towards third, but shoots foul. Do the 1-2 again. Yeah, you know, growing up, it was always the long pants for me. If they were tight anywhere, it would have been the thighs. Other than that, you know, when I got to high school, we all wore the same thing. And sometimes it may have been the stirrups, depending on who was the starting pitcher. I learned to love the stirrup and the short pant look real quick. Especially like the socks of Blake Yowick right now. You see the yellow, his upper calf. There's 3 stripes right there. 3 yellow stripes. Ours
Yeah,
were
those are very
3
good.
white stripes on maroon socks with the white stirrups underneath. Loved them. 2-2 called, strike 3. Yowick goes down looking, and 3 up, 3 down. Go the Miners in the top of the ninth. Down to the final 3 outs for the Bucs. 5-3 Miners looking to close it out. Three outs left to go for the Miners to secure that first league win of 2026. And getting called on the mounds, Auden Pankinen, a freshman out of Nebraska. looking to close things out after a very, very solid middle relief outing for Colton Olette. Could argue that's a long relief outing.
Yeah, no, absolutely amazing, right? 4 shutout frames. Struck out 5, including 2 in the 8th, right? Finishing on with 2 backwards Ks. He was phenomenal. Olette was phenomenal, and Pankinen came in, actually got the win. He was the winning pitcher on Wednesday with that exhibition game against the Chinooks in that home opener, right? Came in the 8th and picked up 2 strikeouts, closed it out. They took the lead in the bottom of the 8th, so we got the win because of that. So he was solid. Looking to slam the doors, however, on the Bucs.
That's a combined 11 strikeouts for the 2 minor pitchers so far today, and the bat goes flying out of the hands. The leadoff hitter of this inning, Randall Carver, who's pinch hitting in that 8 spot for Lucas Perez. It was 0 for 3 so far, but Randall Carver comes in and certainly looks like he hasn't swung a bat all day. His heads up, Kenny Millar and umpire over at first base. That's the second time we've seen that happen this season, and it just seems like a very rare thing in baseball is a bat to go flying.
Yeah, maybe they're not used to the wood bats. Who knows? Saw that in Jugiak that won a strikeout.
Yeah.
Also, too, Olette's final line, 4 innings pitched, of course, scoreless, 5 Ks, 2 hits allowed.
This one going to be fouled off to the left side, out of play. Ball and 2 strikes to Randall Carver.
Just 2 free passes, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch. Yeah, just if Pankinen is able to come through, slam the doors, I give Olette that player of the game. The Ben Cameron player of the game.
Sponsored by
Minor Burgers.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Carver goes down swinging. That's a 12th strikeout for the Miners today. Pankinen gets that much needed first out here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 more. So the Miners close this thing out.
They really do. You get through with the first 3 batters of the game. And the first 4, actually, because that second run came in the first on that double play. But, you know, still a double play. But those first 3 or 4 batters after that, I mean, Baker was nails. Olette was nails. Very good day on the bump, I'd say.
I think it's a good bounce back of Wednesday where there were so many free passes given up overall.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the Miners, only 2 walks today. That's a huge improvement. I'm sure Coach Terwilliger, pitching coach for the Miners, would be super happy about that. Well, oh, man. I bottled what? Number
449?
449?
449, Squid Game.
Yeah. You know, Ben Terwilliger, the pitching coach of the Matsu Miners, appeared on that season of Squid Games on Netflix where it was like a reality TV show type of thing. Not the actual show, but the real people who actually don't die when they lose reality TV show part of it. Number 449, Ben Terwilliger, that's him. Matsu Miners pitching coach.
Yeah, and he got eliminated first round. And they filmed it in London because pregame he was talking about they don't have to pay workers' tax or whatnot. Everything was paid for, housing and whatnot, but they didn't get paid for it, especially since he got eliminated first round. But I got to ask him what game he got eliminated on.
He said it must have been something to do with like tic-tac-toe. He said I chose X instead of O or something like that. It might have been vice versa. Finn Leach going to get pegged here by Pankinen. Be a 1-out base runner here. The tying run will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 9th.
No batting for the Anchorage
Yeah, not
Bucs.
ideal, right?
Right fielder, number 8.
On your own accord, bringing the tying run to the dish, but
Durham.
maybe if you can just erase it with a ground ball here, because Pankinen is a sinker baller, right? If you know anything about sinker ballers, they love to get ground balls.
Ground ball would end it here. Miners are
Right
able
there.
to turn that double play. Ryan Darr, leadoff man, is up. He's 1 for 2 on the day, but a couple of walks as well. He's come around to score twice today. It's a ground ball over to third. Going to go foul. No play for Toth there. So get it back to Pankinen on the bump. I like the Ben Cameron player of the game sponsored by Minor Burger.
Yeah, let's do it.
You have to be careful of who you say sponsors it because, you know, we do have real sponsors. You can really mess that up.
Can.
Minor Burger, good answer, though.
Good slider.
Man, now I cannot wait till the ball game tomorrow at Herman Brothers Field, which if you're in the Palmer area in the Valley, you should show up. Miners take on the Anchorage Adult League tomorrow at
All-Stars.
4 p.m.
Don't forget the All-Stars.
Yeah, they're all-stars of the Adult League in Anchorage. It is a non-league contest. Non-league, been kind of mentioned it already. There are 18 home and 18 away games in league play, actual ABL games that count towards the standings, and then the non-league games are just thrown in there to get these guys as many reps as possible, get games played, and give fans more opportunities to come to the ballpark, that sort of thing. And it is Fred Meyer's Day at the ballpark. Team will be in Wasilla at that Fred Meyer location and in Palmer at that Fred Meyer location tomorrow, mid-morning. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3 for Pankinen. There's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 9th.
Huge. But yeah, no, for Fred Myers, half the team will be in Wasilla. Half the team plus us will be at the Palmer Fred Myers from 10 to 11, passing out tickets and other things. So come on by.
I'm glad you remembered what time that was at.
Yeah, I got you.
I didn't. Man, that means we got to wake up early tomorrow. I'm so stoked about that. Garcia will foul off the first pitch. He's down 0-1 in the count to Pankinen here. Looking for first save of the season. Yeah, certainly will be fun. Pictures, autographs, posters, all sorts of things going on at Fred Meyer's in Wasilla and Palmer tomorrow. No balls and 2 strikes to A.J. Garcia. Miners 1 out away from their first win in league play of 2026.
You got him up against the ropes here after that inside sinker. You can go slider, change.
0-2 offering. Fouled off, out of play. We'll do it again. Yeah, sinker inside's nasty.
All right, you can go slider, make it look like you're throwing that sinker again and it comes in on you, or throw that change, gets away from you. It's good.
0-2 hit high in the air. It's going to get out of play. May land right on top of us. We'll see. Yeah. Right on cue.
Just hoping it doesn't hit the camera.
Yeah, that would have been pretty bad. Luckily, game, hopefully well over, but A.J. Garcia does represent the tying run for the Bucs right now. Finn Leach is on first. 0-2 gets away. Ball and 2 strikes to the 2-hole hitter for the Bucs. Garcia trying to keep the game alive for the Bucs. Pankinen trying to close it out. 1-2 inside, got his back foot. So now the tying run will be on first base. Go ahead, or should I say game-winning run comes to the plate for the Bucs. That's 2 hit by pitches in the inning for Pankinen.
Excuse me, had him
batting for the Anchorage Bucs.
down in the count too.
Center fielder, number 7, Luke.
Just to try to go back on the
Catcher,
inside
number
sinker that
7, Luke.
got him in
Taylor.
that count and got away from him.
Ben Terwilliger will come out here,
Here comes 449.
have a conversation with Pankinen. This 3-0 hitter Luke Taylor is about to come to the plate for the Bucs. Now, really just ball hitting the gap. Really could tie this thing up. Of course, a home run would result in a win for the Bucs. Pankinen here, though, with that hard sinker, especially, low in the zone. I just have to tip my cap to Taylor if he's able to take one of those, Yardo.
Right, finding a gap, might be able to get the tying run across too, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you just got to come right at him. See if
Yeah.
he has what it takes.
I agree. Big spot here. Game that has been competitive throughout, but really up until this moment hasn't been a lot of big pressure situations, especially for the Miners. First pitch strike to Luke Taylor.
Yeah, you just had those early runs. I mean, they scored all 3 in the front third, and you battled back, took the lead back, and this is the first time you're really in a bind.
Pankinen comes set. The 0-1. Outside, ball and a strike. 3-0 hitter Luke Taylor. 1 for 3 on the day. RBI single back in the first. Strikeout fielder's choice, of which he reached on in the 5th, and then hit by a pitch his last time up in the 7th. 1-1 gets away from him. 2 balls and a strike. Pankinen down in the count. That Bucs crowd finally coming to life. Something to cheer for here. They're trying to rally against Matt Sue here. Down to their final out in the 9th. 2-1 off the hands. Going to be a tough play for Cash Millar. He snags it for out number 3, and just like that, your Matsu Miners enter the win column. First victory in league play in 2026. Final score, Miners 5, Bucs 3. And so 2 straight wins in a row in ABL play in games that actually count, dating back to last year's Top of the World Championship, where the Miners won it all. So how about that? Great win for Matsu.
Yeah, super good win, actually, because you found yourself down early, right in the first.
Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, our
Tough
next
start
game
to
coming
Baker
up at
start
6
and
p.m.
able to grind
Monday
back in,
evening. That is
not even in
June
huge
15th
chunks like you've seen them early on in this year, right? They scored 2 in the 3rd to even it up. Bucs take the lead right back, and then they played 1 across in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Just getting it done with a couple of batters, right? No inning too long and whatnot, but just grind out a win. Very good.
So for the Miners, Pankinen will get the save there, and I think your quote-unquote Ben Cameron player of the game, sponsored by Miners Burgers. Colton Ouellette, 4 innings of shutout baseball, gave up 2 hits, walked 1 guy, struck out 5. Good job by him in relief, eating up a big chunk of the middle part of that game. And any final thoughts from you?
No, just a couple clutch at-bats from some guys. Toth came through with RBI in the 6th, Blind with that sac fly in the 7th, and extra insurance by Millard with that poke single in the 8th, gave him that 2-run lead and gave Ouellette and Pankinen some breathing room.
Yeah, well, that'll do it from us in the booth. We got to get on the bus, get back to Palmer, and tomorrow at Herman Brothers Field, the Miners will take on the Anchorage Adult League All-Stars at 4 p.m. in Palmer, Herman Brothers Field. That game will be right here on YouTube a little bit right before 4 o'clock, or you can just come out and enjoy Miner Burger with us at the ballpark. Hope to see you there. From Ben Cameron, I'm Caden Besant. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Miners win it 5-3.